Okay,
Back at it again, brother.
one more time.
Corn liquor.
Corn liquor. We always got corn liquor, if nothing else.
We do always have a lot of corn liquor.
All right, yeah. So tonight we are running the Copper Still Co. traditional 15-gallon still, but we are running it with a twist. We are going to run it with a column instead of a cap. We are going to use the Mile High Copper Torpedo, the 3-inch. I've got this fangled adapter here to go from 4-inch to 3-inch so that we can use the column. So doing a little hybrid run tonight with Copper Still Co. and Mile High. Pretty cool.
It is pretty.
Haven't ran this setup yet, so.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how it turns out, how it wants to run.
Yeah.
How fast does it run?
Yeah.
Never done it before. So.
And it gives us the ability to run just like on the Mile High,
yeah.
But instead of 8 gallons, now we get to run 15.
15.
Which I think we've got like 12-ish. But
we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Just got bucket after bucket of this good stuff.
Yeah, so corn liquor, sort of a sour mash, not exactly a sour mash.
Mm-hmm.
We reused grains, but we didn't add in any back sets. So kind of a twist there also.
Can we tell them?
Can we tell them? I mean, you can tease them.
All right.
Tell them.
Okay.
Tell them.
Biggest giveaway we've ever done.
The biggest.
The best. Some are saying so large it couldn't be done, but we did it.
Yeah, but some might say the best. How are you topping free grain for a year?
Well, it's way bigger than that one, which is crazy to think about. But there's a twist on it for now. We're going to be doing this giveaway in the month of May, but if you are a channel member, if you're subscribed to the channel and you have a channel membership, you're going to get a little exclusive information on how you can win tomorrow morning during the Rise and Shine. Those are lives that you do every morning for channel members.
Every morning, unless there are some mornings come on, I don't make it here in time. So, it's every morning, and so the insiders are going to get the inside scoop, basically.
Yeah, we're super excited about it. I'm glad everything panned out. It took a little doing, but man, I am excited for this one.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
So there's your little teaser. Aside from that, we're going to get this still all set up for the live stream, and we will see you during the live.
Let's go into super speed mode.
Okay.
All right.
Job well done.
Another shut up in the books.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys grabbed a beer, used the bathroom, did whatever it is that you guys do when we're at break. Maybe you just sat back and watched the video. I don't know, but we'll see you here shortly.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last. I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, ever still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go. You can't go wrong. The Copper Still Co.
Forget everything I say in the next 8 hours.
Yeah. Give me the. I'll run back there and tell give me the opposite of the correct answer when I'm asking you questions. ChatGPT is going too far though.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
They're gonna have to limit the lifespan of AI. Like come up with some sort of like disease. It's like just like randomly if it connects to the wrong server or something, it gets like AI like AIDS.
AI hepatitis.
And it's just it just like dies. I'm not. They're gonna become too powerful if they live forever.
Well, for sure. Like I'm not worried about it though.
Because you're nice to yours?
No. Because like I will get a bowl of popcorn and sit on top of a hill and I'll watch the world in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it
could. I'm just not afraid of it.
It's kind of true.
It could be a Terminator situation.
Yeah, for sure.
That's scary to think about. Well, welcome back, everybody. It's the weekly ABV Society Live. I'm Zach. This is Cyrus. That's a whiskey still.
And a full jar.
Here's an unopened beer.
And a full jar. Oh, look at all the jar. We're not even paying attention to the
jar.
How's everybody doing? We got all the usual suspects. Whiskey Rebel, Garbage Throne Daddy. There's Jason Acosta. Robert, Jason, Clinton, Master Distiller Justin over on TikTok. What's up, buddy? We've got Poison, NFT. I'm sure Garbage Throne Daddy. Collector Rick. Bennett. Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you. Last night, I was in this live where Bennett was in there, and he was giving me a whole bunch of shit about like not really knowing anything and relied on you, and it was kind of hard to refute. I put him in his place. I told him though, I was like, if you didn't have Bean, I feel like Bean secretly runs the show with Bennett. Like he's the behind the scenes distiller, and Bennett's just his pretty face. You know? What's up, Bennett? Poison. Fine as wine. Motor City Hellbilly. What a name. What a name.
Great handle.
I love that. I love the neat handles. You guys know that. Looks like we're getting a little jar shake.
This is jar number 13. Been running the still for a minute. Jar number 13. Last two jars were in the 140s.
Turn that thing over to Adam.
Shake that thing over here.
Look at there.
There you go.
People love the bubbles. People love the bubbles. Clinton's running some full reflex now. Pat column, no plates. I like it. That's one sexy still there, fellas. Yeah, Rebel, it's a good one. It's a good one. Kind of a Frankenstein. We got a copper Stilco on the bottom. Got a reducer. Then the sight glass column and head condenser. All that is mile high stuff. Pretty cool.
The copper torpedo.
Is that what it's called?
It's called the copper torpedo.
That's
if
badass.
anyone's wondering.
I should call it the copper tornado.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
It's like sounds really cool. What system are you using to cool your water, Russ? We are using I guess you would call it an aquarium pump. One of the, maybe it's a little bit larger than the smallest one you can get. And we've got our cold water. Let me get my here. Oh man, maybe I'm getting better at this whole weatherman situation.
Yeah.
So we got our cold water running in here in the bottom of our condenser, running up, and then hot running out. I was watching DRC work on your whiskey helmet last night. Flatland, yeah, I saw you send me that live. I got on there. It was too late. Yeah. I'm super excited about that thing. That thing is looking crazy.
Whiskey Rebel asks if we guess the proof is Zach paying the shipping again.
I don't know. That was a tough one. There's Mean Diller. There's the man. He said, I hope so.
Yeah, we're probably not going to be doing any giveaways for proof tonight.
Look at Daniel's comment.
But we do have an amazing giveaway coming next month.
Oh,
and I'm
dude.
so excited about it. We can't really talk about it in public, but for the YouTube channel members, we're going to let you guys know what it is tomorrow in the Rise and Shine live that we do every day. And so you guys will find out. But May is going to be pretty sweet.
Oh man, we got Miss Copper Stilco over in the live. Woo! Look at your stuff run over there. I had to move over this way.
We got the 15-gallon traditional
cameras
pot
going. I need to give that thing a little wipe. It's looking a little foggy.
And we're running the Copper Stilco 15-gallon pot, and we're running the Mile High column on it. This is just another really good example for you guys that this is one of the reasons why tri-clamps are so awesome.
Tri-clamps.
You can just add components to your steel, run different components from different companies because they're all interchangeable, and pretty awesome.
What was that proof?
Oh, sorry. The proof was 144.
144 proof on this latest jar.
Jason Trzynski.
Jason.
144.
Nailed it.
Boom.
Man, that's a killer.
Can you run 2 infusion chambers on that? What would... I got it. Oh, hold on. I got it. Okay. You stay with him. Sorry, bro. Hold on 1 second.
Garbage Stone Dad, did you get the Coonpecker shirt? Man, I'm just super jacked up about those. Just brew it. If you guys didn't know, go to stillintheclear.com. Got maybe the coolest distilling shirt of all time on there. Just brew it. It's got a little Coonpecker over it. Some are saying it looks like one of those sporting wear brands. We think we got the design far enough off to where it's not, they can really come after us. Maybe they could, I don't know. Yeah, Bennett, she's awesome. Also the clarity at which she can polish a still is unparalleled.
We're talking about Mrs. Copper Stilco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just like a ton of time and elbow grease, but she got a pretty good system down. Oh yeah, Bennett just got a still from them for his wife. Is that the bailiff at the door? Not yet, dude.
No, I would not have been the one to go to the door.
Winsong with the gifted membership. Love that.
Awesome.
Love that.
Awesome.
Scott Reinecke got it. That's a familiar name. I feel like we've seen him in here before. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Was that the UPS truck?
Is that what a UPS
That
truck
sounded like a
sounds like?
moped,
Yeah.
dude.
Is that what a UPS truck sounds like now?
Jeez. Oh, you got I got the I do a lot of corn stuff. I'll get that one next. Fair enough. He's like, I got the shirt. And I was like, oh, you got the Just Brew It shirt. Nah, he's like, I got the better one, the the corn stuff shirt. What be happening, Collector Rick?
There was a couple of questions when the UPS guy. So someone was asking about adding infusion chambers. I'm not sure what you're talking about since it's a column still with a Liebig condenser. You might clarify that on what you mean by infusion.
Yeah, I think those are most popular on thumpers.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah, there could be a situation where maybe could be in a column if you're running like bubble plates, maybe, or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think how that would work.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Also, Mean Diller asks, is there an optimal angle for a condenser? I don't think so. I always just angle the condenser to get to the jar. It really doesn't matter to me at all.
We normally set this reservoir between the still and the table for a couple reasons. It normally just works out to where the condenser is toot my own horn about this damn weatherman situation. The condenser runs down, right? And it's normally about the right amount of space for the reservoir that we use to cool the condenser. And so that's really our main consideration when we set the still up.
Jason mailed us a goodie box yesterday.
I mailed off y'all. Oh, yeah. Do we know what that package is? Is that a possible? I think we have a couple mailers on the way over here.
I don't know.
Is that possibly, should we look at it?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
No, that's our
You don't have to say.
bulkheads.
Oh. Okay. Joe Tigers with missing some letters, got some X's in there for no reason.
He's talking about Mr. Infusion Inline Thumper. Possibly. Are you getting the inline thumper with the PRC deal?
It's mason jar thumpers. I think there's like a couple of them on there.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's what he's talking about.
I don't even know what is that inline thumper.
My understanding that it's a vertical thumper on the
column
to the column. Yeah.
Wow. Does it like come off of it? Does it come off the column into the thumper, back up into the column?
I don't think so.
Man, that's wild. I have to look at
There's inline gin baskets. And the inline gin baskets, they're really not gin baskets at that point, but gin basket is supposed to be off
the last 90
off the line arm.
It's off the line arm. Yeah, like the first point right after the line arm comes out of the column.
Yeah. The line arms, Duke says the line arms on Scottish stripping steels and spirit steels are at different angles. They say it makes a difference. Well, there you go. All the way from across the pond.
Excited to yap about this gigantic giveaway tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Not yet.
For those of you that are watching, it looks like I'm looking at, we have this, not everyone knows, but we've got this chat screen up over here to the left of our camera that we look at. That way we can see what you guys are saying, say something back to you. And like every one of them are channel members because they have this badge. But for those of you that are in the chat that don't have that badge, if you become a member, you can get in on the kind of the insider info on this giveaway and how it's going to work tomorrow morning at the Rise and Shine. I always forget how to tell them to go over there if they want a membership. They're like $1.99. Adam's got it up on the screen.
I think Adam's got a link he can drop in the chat also.
Yeah. If you're watching on TikTok, you fellas watching over on TikTok, that's a YouTube Still in the Clear thing. So Still in the Clear on YouTube. Cyrus, and he's got looks like he's throwing links in all the chats right now. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about when I say that. Sends that goods for membership. What are you talking about? What kind of goods are you sending, brother?
Kevin dropping the MFB emoji.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah.
Shout out to MFB.
Moonshine for Beginners. I was sending people over there in hordes on TikTok earlier.
Yeah, I saw that.
There were some folks joining over there. Moonshine for Beginners, those of you that don't know, it's a MeWe group. It's a great place if you're a beginner or even if you're not a beginner. We appreciate having you too. Copper Steel Co. in the house. What's up, brother?
What's up, Adam?
Moonshine for Beginners, super helpful information from people that range in distilling for haven't started yet to have been doing it for many years, and everyone's very nice, very helpful. It's kind of a judgment-free zone. We all kind of remember what it was like when we first started, so there's not any dumb questions. There's not.
Right.
Cool place.
Great little place. Thanks for dropping into the live, Adam, with Copper Steel Co. We are running your 15-gallon pot combined with the Mile High Copper Torpedo. Oh, if Tell me what you guys thought about Adam's the commercial for Copper Steel Co. If you saw the intro,
I didn't get to listen to the song.
You haven't seen it yet?
The song's awesome.
Yeah. So be sure and Adam, if you didn't see the intro to the live stream, just hang out till the top of the hour because we take an intermission and it'll play again. You can watch the intro video.
Win song with the 5 gifted memberships.
Damn, she's on it tonight.
Steve, Ben, Brutal Bob, great name. M, and not saying the last one because I'm being very cautious about what I say on
Yeah,
TikTok.
it's probably smart.
Full name.
Probably
Full
smart.
name. NFT Pop World definitely answered a lot of questions for me on Moonshine for Beginners. Yep, it's helped many of folks.
Yeah.
The Iron Duke, who we all enjoy being in the chat. He's an admin over there, pretty active. You can get some more conversations with the Duke by popping into Moonshine for Beginners group.
And if you get the newsletter, he is the editor for the newsletter. So all that great content that's over there, that's all coming from the Duke.
Mean Dealer asks, I'm on town water supply and there's a lot of chlorine in it. Should I use filtered water when distilling, and what kind of filter?
I don't worry about that. If you're concerned about the chlorine,
What's that additive?
just leave it open. Pour it out of the pot or out of the tap into a barrel, into a bucket. Let it air out overnight. Chlorine evaporates quickly.
What's the supplement for chlorine?
I don't know.
Man, we were just talking about the other day with Ned. There's something that you can add.
Oh yeah, there's something he adds. I don't remember what it was.
I can't either. There's I'm not remembering
Too
right
much of a
offhand.
long chemistry name.
Yeah, there's someone in the chat will help us out with this. There's an additive that you can add for high chlorine, or you can supplement by using a different water source, which is what a lot of people eat, like spring water, distilled water, whatever. Windsong garden kits available? Question mark.
What?
Windsong garden kits available? Question mark. Ask Pure Poison.
Not that I'm aware
I
of.
thought you guys had a side gig. I didn't know what's going on.
I don't know anything about it.
We've been selling the hell out of these garden kits on QVC. Yeah, Jason, we got to watch the shadow banning. Where is Moonshine for Beginners? Lone Star. Yeah, he was asking me about an Olympic earlier in the live that I did prior to starting this one up. Moonshine for Beginners is on MeWe. So there's an app. You can download it to your phone. It's called MeWe. And then inside MeWe, this is like a social media platform similar to kind of like Telegram, Discord, that kind of a thing. It's a little bit different. And there's a group inside MeWe called Moonshine for Beginners, and that's where about 4,000 moonshiners.
I don't think we've hit 4,000 yet, but we'll be rolling up on it.
Okay.
I pasted the link in the chat there, Lone Star Mullet. It's right above your question.
He's over on
It's on TikTok
Oh,
as
nice.
well. Yep.
Yeah, the atom's on top of it. SO2 knocks out chlorine.
Clinton says I put a bypass on my sink for a chlorine sediment filter. Works great. There you go.
SO2, Flatland says, help you with the chlorine. You can bubble tap for 24 hours to get rid of the chlorine.
There you go.
I use 5-gallon jugs of spring or alkaline. Yeah, Jason, that's super popular. A lot of guys love chasing down like nice natural spring water, and
A lot of folks around here do it because there's so many
there's got a
natural
lot of them,
springs
yeah.
around here. And what I find really cool, like in Oklahoma, we didn't have any of that kind of stuff. Over here, you're just driving down the highway, and there'll just be this long pipe sticking out by the road where you can just pull up and fill up a water jug.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Pretty cool.
Go to Hot Springs, and about every other block, there's a public fountain that's just constantly running, or some that you open up, and you can just get 5-gallon jugs.
Just fill up
It's
your water.
hot. It's like,
I've still never been there. I need to go.
it's probably 110 degrees,
Yeah.
120.
That's cool.
There's some pools over there when you're walking in the park from the Arlington side that's like 130. It's like some of them you can't even hold your hand in there.
That's crazy.
You can get in there and you're like, oh, that's hot. I gotta get out.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna maintain it. Jason gets water from his fridge as it passes through the filter.
Another option.
How long does that take, dude? My fridge is not putting out that much water. I get mad sitting there at night. I get a water that I put on my nightstand before bed every night. I only fill out like pint mason jar. It takes forever, and I'm always pissed. Winsong asks, why can't I get Ben in the membership? I'd love to see him and Zach in the mornings. Would I have to do that, Winsong? You know, maybe we just see Bennett at night. Dude, is Bennett's episode out yet?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Let us know, Bennett.
Yeah,
if you're still in here.
I couldn't tell one way or the other in that live last night, and yeah. TV serves y'all well. Blah blah blah. Ooh.
Dave says East Tennessee water's pretty good.
Jason says Lubbock, Texas water is crap.
I guess it just doesn't just matters where you are. That's all.
Yeah, Richard's right. There's a bunch headed up 71 and in Northwest Arkansas. They're all over the dang place. There's some just south of here. There's some in Hot Springs. There's a big one that's been there forever, since like the mid 1800s, and they rocked it all off. It's like
the pool.
It's very close to Mount Ida. Yeah, it's a pool, and they have like this little well house almost looking thing that it just kind of comes up and spills over into this reservoir. And
yeah, it's really cool too, because there's like a path you can walk up to it and check it out and everything.
It's like a trail. Cool. You could walk up there and
it's just free water.
Carry some satchels of water back. Yeah, people have been doing it for years. East Tennessee water is pretty good.
David's asking, what was the book you were looking things up in?
Recipe book.
David,
Mary's.
It's Mary's recipe book. Is that on the website now?
Not yet.
Not to be on the Still in the Clear website.
We're actually supposed to be getting them in today. We might get a delivery while we're sitting here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So very shortly, those will be on both the websites. Dude, Winsong's going crazy with the membership.
With some more membership.
Wick Wag Workshop. Mike Dill, Troy Kane, Brian Waterford, and Chris P. Welcome.
Thanks, Winsong.
We have Forever Chemical in our water?
That's I kind of picture Winsong over there like she's hitting
one.
Yeah, I'll have another. Thank you. Like she's just hitting what's the machine? The
slot machine?
Yeah. Like she's just banging it. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's gonna get it? Just try to get Bennett one. I think the problem is that Bennett is on TikTok and not on YouTube. Oh.
Yeah.
Could be part of it.
I mean, if he's a subscriber of the channel, he could get one.
Oh, that's true. Just splitting that up against.
What the hell?
Yeah, this is my extra.
I was scrolling fast and I thought that was Cy Robertson.
Oh,
put the emojis. Get the emojis in there. Am I a member? Daniel, you are not a member. For $1.99, though, you could be a member. You'll have one of those little Still in the Clear badge things. Your chat will be a different color.
Kevin drops the sigh emoji.
Go to Peaches and grab a little allowance and give some memberships, my brother.
Dave, this is a corn liquor run. Just a almost sour mash. We reused the grains. We added 100 pounds of dextrose. It was a 50-gallon batch, but we did not use any of the back set. So it's not quite a sour mash.
Yeah. This has also been in here. Like, we get questions pretty frequently about how long a ferment can sit around before you run it. What's
Coverstone Daddy got Cy over there checking the bank app.
But this mash has been sitting in there for what? I mean, it's been in a barrel
4
for
months.
4 months.
Yeah, so for those of you who ask how long will my mash last, what we've got in the still is 4 months old.
Yeah.
At
Pretty
least.
frequently that we get asked, hey, like, how long is this gonna sit around? Is like how
long can I
what do
leave
need
it when it's done before I run it? Months?
Do you clean your mash barrels more than every 2 years? Probably a considerable amount of time.
Yeah.
Maybe not even if you're doing that.
I'm kind of embarrassed a little bit that Copper Steel Co. and his wife jumped in here and like we need to clean that steel so bad.
Dude,
we've been using the crap out of it, so it looks like it's been well used because it's actually my favorite pot to run. So it needs to be cleaned up so bad.
Getting closer to 10K. Yep, we are creeping up there. If I would go live more frequently, it would. I'd probably already be there. So that's something I need to work on. Just a little self-reflection I'm going to do real quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I rack mine off and settle it. What is happening here? Oh, Windsong with another 5. It's going crazy.
That's what I'm talking about, Windsong.
Everyone's going to be a member. Wade, Mike Muzzle, Quantum, Kevin, An Old Man's Life. What a cool handle.
Yeah.
Not Daniel, though. He's right in there under it. I thought he got one for a second.
Dave, it was infected and it was not sealed.
What happened?
Dave was asking if the several-month-old mash was sealed and if it had an infection.
Yeah, it had an infection for sure. People get really wigged out about that, I've noticed.
Well, if you don't know what it is, it's frightening to see.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, shit, this is ruined. What is growing?
No, it's probably just going to be smoother and taste better.
Yeah.
I never clean the outside. We're gonna do maybe we should do a video on that little spring cleaning. We got this barrel empty now. We can clean it. Show them how we clean some other stuff.
I think people will be interested how we clean a big batch of stuff all at once.
Yeah, there's a super efficient way that you can do it, and you can kill two birds with one stone, so to speak, and get a lot of bang for your buck out of your tar sand or PBW, whatever you guys use. Cleaner and sanitizer, I understand, but we should do a video on that.
You need an admin in your chat. Hey, Russ Bryan asks, how many gallons of mash are you running? We're running like, we didn't measure, but it's like 12 and a half.
What did someone say something bad?
No, but it's just.
Who even said that?
All right. Well,
okay.
Does corn sugar taste better than cane sugar in a final product? Motor City Hillbilly, I mean, I honestly don't notice a difference, but many people do.
I like the dextrose. I think you're splitting hairs, and I think a lot of that is subliminal, or what do they call that when you get a placebo effect?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that happens a lot in distilling.
I do like the
happens
dextrose,
to
though.
me.
I think I don't, not for taste purposes, but I feel like it just works out consistently so well. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It does ferment very well. Garbage Daddy with 5 memberships.
G2D.
You guys are killing it tonight.
That's what
A lot of members. A lot of them.
Bennett said, help me, I'm poor. So
I'm poor. Ben's got more money in the front bib pocket of them overalls than I've ever seen in my whole life, probably. Doing fine.
Like one of them old farmers at an auction.
No, seriously, that's him.
Just pulls out a big old fat wad.
He's got like 40 chicken houses. He's doing fine. I like dextrose because it doesn't change the flavor profile. Yeah. That's the corn sugar.
Jason says, check the jar.
Oh, did that guy ever email you back?
Okay.
That's Mud Grips and Moonshine.
Yeah.
Wasn't that with the missing?
Yeah. He won one of the contests.
And we
never
just
got
forgot to send it to him?
Just forgot to send it.
Oh, sorry about that, brother.
Which, honestly, I think he's probably not the only one. Because we were on a roll there for a while giving stuff away.
It did seem like we missed a week there. I'm sending some out.
I'm very bad at, like, if it doesn't come through the computer system.
I'm going to write it down and put it on the board.
Yeah.
It's the only way I'll ever remember to do it. Well, I hope we got that taken care of for you. Do you like running columns? Rebel, yes. We like running columns. We like running thumpers. We like running straight Olympics with no nothing. We like it all, man. Columns are super efficient, though, especially if you're going to do like a neutral spirit or something like this. I've got this thing turned way down. This would have already been done, probably, if I was letting it run off how it was running.
Yeah, it's
super efficient.
Yeah. This column just likes to... I tell people this, you've got to figure out what the cruising speed of your still is, because some stills just like to run faster than others.
Mm-hmm. Daniel says, I'm better off than I deserve, but I'm also financially irresponsible. Daniel, I feel that. I've got to watch my Facebook Marketplace sessions real hard. Next thing I know, I'm texting a couple buddies to get in 2 or 3 ways on maybe a nice stretch limousine. I got a 96 Lincoln Town Car limousine for $3,500 on here. Runs, drives, stops, starts. We can split this 3 ways. We can take our wives out in it. Next thing you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get that.
Next thing you know, I'm getting a chauffeur's lesson.
Yeah, I was looking at cedars the other day, 3-point cedars to pull behind tractors. I don't own a tractor, okay? My dad has
it's
one.
It's a problem.
Why was I looking at that? Why was I considering that? I don't farm, okay? Why did I want that? I don't know.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that.
Daniel almost bought a tank the other day.
Nice.
Bud Grip says 133.
Tank would be badass, honestly. Imagine what all you could do with a tank.
To have a lot of fun in the
Rent
pasture.
it out, have fun with it.
Oh my gosh.
With the government. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud.
TikTok might like you saying that.
I don't think it's a problem over here.
Is that an issue?
Ming Diller asks, if I wanted to experiment with what's in a thumper, can I stop mid-run and change the contents, or am I better doing multiple runs?
That's where the infuser comes in, but that's the same. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be.
That is where an infuser comes in, so that you can infuse flavors mid-run. It's not. It can be unsafe to open up a thumper mid-run and then try and close it up. I know a lot of people that do it, especially if they have jar thumpers. They'll shut the run down, open the jar thumper up. Sometimes they have to dump it because they start filling up too fast, things like that.
Yeah.
But you could do that, but be careful.
Yeah. Also, a big shout out to everyone watching right now. Got over 60 folks watching us across the 3 platforms.
What?
So, yeah.
50.
Actually, it's closer to 70. But, yeah, appreciate all y'all being here.
Crazy. I don't think we've ever had that many.
Did you address Joe's comment there? So if I got a bad vinegar smell, I guess some of my apple wine was bad, and I didn't know until I ran it through the still. So he had an apple wine that he was running a brandy with, and he noticed a vinegar smell coming out of the still, Joe? Could be, possibly, maybe.
It could have been vinegar, because when you run a vinegar through the still, what you get at the end is still vinegar.
Pretty apparent.
I mean, it still smells like vinegar.
Yeah. Joe, that'd probably be a pretty safe conclusion. That's a pretty unlikely outcome on a good, healthy brandy. So, yeah.
Big Ed Gunn says you can shoot a thumper. Yeah. Which he's talking about the infuser, shooting a thumper.
Yeah.
So if you run it, your final product will be vinegar. Don't throw it away. It's a great cleaner. Yeah, that's true too.
Oh, yeah, not a total loss.
You really don't have to toss anything when you're distilling.
Nope. I like to hoard. I like to hoard my faints. You guys saw last week.
I use the term toss it a lot of times, but I'm not really saying toss it. I'm saying keep it out of your final product.
Yeah. We got 2 gallons of neutral spirit that we can post flavor with. We can do whatever. Well, I guess by the time we cold everything out, we ended up with gallon and a half.
It's like a gallon and a half.
Gallon and a half. So there's a gallon and a half that we're going to post flavor with that we just didn't pitch out into the street or on a fire or whatever. But it's up to you. I mean, maybe you don't do a lot. If you don't do a lot of post flavored stuff, or you're not,
right.
Not to say that you couldn't just not run a neutral spirit with it and get fine liquor to age with. You could. But yeah. Always do a sack run after a vinegar cleaner run. Yeah, Jason's not entirely wrong about that. If you're running that and you're pushing all that vinegar through your still, or what you think's vinegar, if you're getting a strong vinegar smell, probably it looks like a dog and smells like a dog, it's probably a dog.
Yeah, and
he's not wrong. You should probably run a clean and run,
especially if you're running a copper still, because the vinegar makes it patina like really fast. So
yeah.
After you run vinegar through a copper still, you'll get blue stuff. Your run will be tinted blue.
You think
your next run?
You think if he didn't have any faints laying around or any neutral that he could dilute down, he could just run steam through it like instantly once he gets done with this run? If he doesn't let it sit, he could just
possibly.
He could just empty the still out. And I don't know your situation, but if you've Joe, if you've got some water, you might just like in the run whenever you in the run, and then just try to run a bunch of steam through it. I don't know. If you've got the faints laying around, I'd say just clean it with that. But if not, you're likely to have some not great outcomes the next couple times you go to run. Or maybe just the next time you go to run. But
Daniel's saying he never does a sack run, does a vinegar run, and then wash it good.
Bean wouldn't do that. Bean would do it right. That's why he's a steel hand. Yeah, Rebel, it is pretty crazy once you see it come out like real blue for the first time. It's weird. What is this, Breaking Bad?
I mean, sometimes.
I'm making blue moonshine, baby. Science, bitch. There's someone out there, undoubtedly, that has run for the first time and produced blue moonshine and thought,
I created something new.
I'm at the upper echelon of what we are capable of doing.
Yeah.
Then they got a tummy ache.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel, I'm the same way. I don't like wasting it. Hard on him down there. He says Bean does what I tell him. Wow. Oof. Yeah, whiskey. A lot of folks in. We're here for it.
Yeah, we're showing 53 in here right now.
I think TikTok. I think just maybe going independently on TikTok is the way to go. If I pay attention, here's what's crazy about that app. If I divert my attention over here to TikTok, and I hang out with them for a few minutes, it's like it'll go from 8 to like 40, and then the second I'm just like, oh yeah, for like 10 seconds, it just.
It's crazy, man.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You gotta like you gotta dance for them on TikTok.
I mean, yeah. A lot of people do watch that content.
Yeah. Jason says I mostly do a stripping run before I do a 1.5 spirit run. Mine gets clean all the time. Hell yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I like him 1.5
I've got
runs.
a noob question.
Sure.
What is a 1.5 spirit run?
It's a great question. We get it all the time, and it is a little confusing even when you explain it.
Okay.
There's single runs.
Okay.
1.5 runs.
Yep.
And double distillations.
Okay.
A 1.5 run. Go ahead.
So this is the first run of this wash.
Oh, wash. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
If we were to take all that distillate, put it back in the still, and then take more of the wash from that ferment and add it, that's a 1.5.
Okay. Whereas a double would just be taking all of the product. Okay, so it's just a split of the two.
It's an in between.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Which might actually be a better way of explaining it.
Yeah.
Like it's just between the two.
Yeah.
Single run, run it once.
So.
Double run.
Hence the 1.5.
Run it, throw it back in there, dilute it down.
I think our chat might be stuck.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
We back.
Do I smell alcohol abuse? Oh. I don't think so. Maybe turn back around and look at that jar, though.
Indeed, Keith.
Collector Rick seems like the kind of guy that I could just hang out with for a while and drink with.
I've been saying
because
that.
like sometimes he says things and I don't know where they're coming from.
First off, you can tell a little bit outside the box.
He's a self-starter.
I like that
for sure.
I like that about him. There are several of the like pretty consistent members in here that I would like, dude. I would kill for. Just give me a couple. Let me take a peek inside that noggin for a minute.
Yeah.
What are you about? You know what I mean? Just have maybe like grab some dinner, maybe a few beers.
A lot of interesting folks.
What's making you tick? You know.
Yeah.
Jason, the last jar was 139. I keep forgetting to let people know what the last jar was. He was asking.
Is this live right now, Keith? Yes.
Indeed.
Keith, welcome in, brother. I don't know what some of the TikTok comments mean. I'm not going to read all of them. I don't want you guys to think that I'm neglecting you. I'm not. I love you. Listen, I think when this is all over, we should get an apartment together. That said, sometimes you guys say some crazy stuff, okay? And it's concerning, okay? I'm worried for you guys. Couple wild comments. I'm not going to read them. Also, if it's too wild, it's just going to get filtered out, and I'll never even see it or know that you be cognizant of that when you're typing stuff in there. I like wine and dine Zach. Yeah, dude. I'm a good time. Also, I'll say this. I'll toot my own horn for a second. I'm excellent at a dinner party. I like to have fun. Okay. I love to eat. And like casual conversation whilst doing two of my like top 5 favorite things.
Awesome.
Come on, dude.
Awesome.
Be a good mood, have a good time. I got permission to subscribe. Oh man, subscription incoming from Daniel. Also, I don't know how he does this. He's on multiple apps at the same time. How many iPads you got laying around, Bennett? He's watching me over here. He's watching me over here. He's in all the chats.
Mud Grips asks, are 1.5 runs mainly to maintain your flavor profile? Yeah, so you do a single pot run, you get the most flavor. You do a double distillation, you get the most purity. So it is a balance between the two. Exactly right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whiskey Rebel wants to know, is it Zach, or Zach?
The middle one, which is the weirdest one of the 3, I think. And I'm sorry for that. I was very little when my mother let me pick how my short name was spelled, and that one made the most sense to me.
I would have done the K.
That's the one I went with. It makes the most sense.
The K makes sense to me.
I love how it sounds.
Yep.
Why is there an H in there?
Natch.
Come on, dude.
Get out.
Spell your name normal.
Get out.
Richard says he watches on the TV and comments on the phone.
Oh, that's cool. How do you know that?
I think he's done that before.
Bennett?
I think he's done that before.
I think it could be a Facebook thing. He's friends with me over there.
Sure, yeah.
I think it's on there.
Yeah.
Bennett, don't like that you're doxing me over here, but I like how knowledgeable you are about
Adam. The Duke wants to know why you didn't get the email about the green shirt.
What's funny is I usually would be
I didn't
wearing.
think about that.
I would be wearing green. Like I wear green all the time. In the day I wear blue. They're both in green. So.
Damn. You got to coordinate better.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to add you to our group chat.
Your outfit chat.
Yeah.
Damn. What was that last one at?
139.
Yeah.
We're gonna run out of rings again.
I don't think I have.
We're gonna have to switch to. Well, we can't yet, but
Yeah, I don't have the
So-
guesses anymore. They're gone.
we've run into the age-old problem of not having enough jars here. This run has extended. I just need to go get some more. We need to go get some more jars. I've done it. Neglected to do it. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this run down to, I don't know. What do you think, proof-wise, before we switch?
Before we switch
100?
to quartz.
100? I've got quart jar lids. And I've got half
Well,
gallon
I
lids.
mean, the quart jars are the same lid.
Well, there's some wide mouth
Okay.
lids and
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we should go down to at least, what did we start at? What was the first jar?
150 something.
So maybe 110, we'll start hitting some tails. Smell it.
Adjustment from there. Hair and makeup next. Yeah, Duke. Yeah. I think a little hair and makeup could go a long ways to getting this crew shaped up.
Oh, sure.
Oh, look, we got
Maybe
the
a little trim.
we got the old wise and powerful Moonshine Shua in here.
What?
Teach me, a wise one.
She was in the house.
Shua, do you think that you could snatch the pebble out of Cyrus's hand? I think I said that one time to oh, who was it? Damn, it was Big E's. He
Yeah.
was talking about he made some kind of like really good brandy. I think it was banana brandy, calling it some weird name by its like proper name. And I was like, I think I could probably make that. And I commented something like, I could snatch this grasshopper, snatch the pebble out of the sensei's hand, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, Shua. He's in there, Kevin. You run a brew shop and don't have enough containers. Yeah, it's a problem.
It's
Okay?
crazy.
Listen.
It's crazy how
Listen.
many things we don't have in
You
this
never
brew
run
shop.
out of stuff? You never been at your house and been like, oh no, I've only got 6 squares of toilet paper left. It happens, dude.
Right.
This is our toilet paper. It's an issue when we run out of it, but we know gotta go get more.
Yeah, and what's crazy is last night I was at the Wally World and I looked down the mason jar
You looked at it.
aisle
We looked at
and
it.
I thought there's something on this aisle I need to get. And I
It's like
could
all
not
mason
tell.
jars?
I could not remember.
It's like,
No, I mean, like, do we need mason jars? Yeah. I mean, I was just going to get a box of rings. That's what I've been intending to do, and I never remember while I'm there.
been giving Shua a little rib there. Says the Hollywood celebrity is here. I've been in. I don't know that you can do that to people anymore now that you're big timing.
Yeah, y'all are both Hollywood. now.
Hollywood, city boy.
Right? Winsong is talking about us gossiping on the phone, I think.
Who, me and you?
I don't know. I might have missed part of the conversation.
Can't remember our last gossip session via the phone.
Yeah.
I was having to think back. I don't know if there's ever been one. Oh, okay.
Bennett's episode hadn't aired. He's not quite Hollywood yet. They could still just tank
It's
it.
coming though.
They could
it's
still
coming.
just tank it and they could rewatch it after all the editing and go, this guy.
We're in this penny
This
stock
guy.
early. Time's coming though, bud. Imagine you're going out to work birds. You go out there and there's just camera crews, paparazzi. Like, come on, guys. Trying to move birds here. Russ Byron, will you run your finish shine through a charcoal filter system to smooth it out, or is that excessive? We don't do it. I don't think it's
Sometimes yes
excessive.
and sometimes no. Winsong always does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We have a there's a carbon snake around here. Or did I sell that? I think I may have sold it. We talk about that every once in a while, throwing a little charcoal in the coffee filter and letting it go down into the jar. But
We should probably do it. I mean, it would just look better on the jar cam, I think.
it would look better on the jar cam.
Yeah.
We'll do it for superficial reasons. Get my jars and lids from the Amish. They are cheaper. Joe, how do you get that kind of a hookup? You got to be in with them, or are they just open for the public, or do you have to know a guy? I've always wondered about that. Like,
I think you got to know somebody in the Amish community.
well, sometimes they have like little storefronts
Gotta
and
have a
stuff, but
plug.
sometimes someone throws something out there. I'm like, they're not selling that in a store. Like, you have to probably know. You got to have a Jebediah in your back pocket
Yeah.
on that kind of a deal.
Yeah.
which is I don't have one. I hate that.
Sounds really handy
I
though.
wish I had an Amish guy that I could just write every once in a while, I guess, because you're not calling him.
Okay. Go visit.
Just write to him every once in a while and be like, hey, could you?
So do you think the Amish meals are better or worse?
The meals?
Yeah, the cooking.
Better, 100%.
Even though like they believe in like the bland, no fancy, no.
Oh, is that? I didn't know that was a thing for them. I watch Amish girls on TikTok all the time making chocolate gravy and stuff, though.
Listen, I know nothing about Amish people.
Oh,
Let me clarify that. I
thought it was a rule you were saying.
no, but like no makeup, clothes are pretty.
I don't think that transfers over to the food. I think they're all about a good spice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I see them. There's a handful of them over on TikTok, and you'll be scrolling, and I'll come across a Amish girl. She's got the whole thing on, and she's like, "Come with me while I make
So they do have phones.
chocolate gravy for my husband." And they also, why do they have that Dutch accent still? It's been so long. How is that not weeded out of there? She's on TikTok, like they have access to how other people talk. Like you'd think that'd be done by now. That's wild. But they make. I want to be like, I'm not disparaging the Amish community. Like,
Of course not.
What the stuff she makes, I'm real into. Like, I started off just watching her do like the butter and homemade bread and stuff like that. Now she's into like chocolate gravy and spatchcock chicken. I'm getting recipe ideas.
Are you telling me you're watching young Amish girls churn butter?
More than I should. More than I should be. I'll say that. And it's not it's just purely, it's all learning. It's nothing.
Yeah. We should stop there.
Other than that, I've got what I call a half Amish buddy, Fred. I love that, Nick. I wish I had an Amish buddy. I'd take more of them. I don't have a one.
I don't either.
Never met one. I would.
I think you probably couldn't have one and be unaware of it. So, like,
I don't know. I've never liked to pry too much into people's personal convictions, but yeah, I think you would know.
I think you would know. Well, we're at the top of the hour, brother.
Top of the hour.
You want to lead us out again?
All right.
We're going to be doing the. Yeah. Go ahead.
Here's what we're going to do for you folks on YouTube and Facebook. We're going to get you guys right back into the intermission. It's going to show you everything that happened before this live got kicked off. Also, it's going to tease a little exciting news, some things that we've got coming up. For TikTok, you're going to see a black screen, okay? Don't get discouraged. We're going to be right back. Either or wherever you are viewing from, take this time. Maybe refill that beer. Bathroom break, right? Bladders, we talk about it every week. They get smaller. There's a linear chart where it's age and bladder size, and it goes like that. Everyone knows it. I'm talking about it. I'm trying to be supportive of this issue. Either way, whatever you choose to do, we will be right back.
Okay.
Back at it again, brother.
One more time.
Corn liquor.
Corn liquor. We always got corn liquor, if nothing else.
We do always have a lot of corn liquor.
All right, yeah. So tonight we are running the Copper Still Co. traditional 15-gallon still, but we are running it with a twist. We are going to run it with a column instead of a cap. We are going to use the Mile High Copper Torpedo, the 3-inch. I've got this fangled adapter here to go from 4-inch to 3-inch so that we can use the column. So doing a little hybrid run tonight with Copper Still Co. and Mile High. Pretty cool.
It is pretty.
Haven't ran this setup yet, so.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how it turns out, how it wants to run.
Yeah.
How fast does it run?
Yeah.
Never done it before.
And it gives us the ability to run just like on the Mile High, but instead of 8 gallons, now we get to run 15.
15.
Which I think we've got like 12-ish. But
we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Just got bucket after bucket of this good stuff.
Yeah, so corn liquor, sort of a sour mash, not exactly a sour mash. Mm-hmm. We reused grains, but we didn't add in any backset. So kind of a twist there also.
Can we tell them?
Can we tell them? I mean, you can tease them.
All right.
Tell them.
Okay. Biggest giveaway we've ever done
The biggest.
The biggest. The best. Some are saying so large it couldn't be done, but we did it.
Yeah, but some might say the best. How are you topping free grain for a year?
Well, it's way bigger than that one, which is crazy to think about. But there's a twist on it for now. We're going to be doing this giveaway in the month of May, but if you are a channel member, if you're subscribed to the channel and you have a channel membership, you're going to get a little exclusive information on how you can win tomorrow morning during the Rise and Shine. Those are lives that you do every morning for channel members.
Every morning, unless there are some mornings come on, I don't make it here in time. So, but yeah, it's every morning, and so the insiders are going to get the inside scoop, basically.
Yeah, we're super excited about it. I'm glad everything panned out. It took a little doing, but man, I am excited for this one.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
So there's your little teaser. Aside from that, we're going to get this still all set up for the live stream, and we will see you during the live.
Let's go into super speed mode.
Okay.
All right.
Job well done.
Another shut up in the books.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys grabbed a beer, used the bathroom, did whatever it is that you guys do when we're at break. Maybe you just sat back and watched the video. I don't know, but we'll see you here shortly.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last. I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel. Ever still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still. Give it a go. You can't go wrong. The copper still cold.
And we're back.
We are back.
A lot of Amish talk in the chat during the intermission. I just want to say they're the most modestly dressed people on all of online. So it's just purely, okay, just leave it at that. All right.
My wife, she uses.
It's not weird, okay? It's not that weird.
She uses a KitchenAid to make butter.
Ooh, man, the KitchenAid is so versatile.
Yeah.
I'm pretty into cooking.
She says it's like the easiest thing that she's learned how to do in the kitchen.
You can do everything with them. You can make pasta.
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of stuff.
We used to make butter with the bean coffee grinder. You tap it on the top, and it.
That's interesting.
Just kind of blend it up a little bit, almost.
Yeah. That works perfect.
Okay.
If you just want to make a little bit.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Rubber Duck 4106, High Life, the champagne of beers. And in pony form, they're almost unbeatable. Almost unbeatable. We've had this conversation at length throughout the day. We haven't had these on the live before. The great thing, I call them Capri Suns, right? Because a couple good swallowers and they're just out of here. They never get warm. And Yeah, they're
And if you
great
leave it
little
sitting
beer.
somewhere and forget, you didn't waste much.
Yeah,
Right.
You just go slam a couple, like one warm sip of beer, good to go.
Right.
Yeah, 0 waste.
No Clue has showed up.
What's up, No Clue?
Jar. Yeah, that one's getting close, isn't it?
He's about there, Bubba. There we go.
I did combine a couple of the pints in the heart section so that we can get a couple more rings. Jason's throwing out his guess already at 130.
Rubber Duck is right. You do look like Andre the Giant when you drink one of these, which is neat too.
Buddy.
Brother, No Clue, we are doing good, man. We are in the
How much?
Here
I
come
don't
the
know what
guesses.
it is.
130, 136, 128, 139. Where's Rick with his guess? He's usually in here nailing them.
Glad we weren't shipping something on this one.
132, 134.
Was it an apple brandy you aged on the 2 different woods? How did it turn out? It turned out awesome. Yeah, it was an apple brandy. And I aged them on toasted cherry and medium charred oak. And pretty happy with them. Yeah, I'll get them out a little later in the live, and I'll take some sips with them. And I may actually make a mixed drink with the charred aged one, the apple. I feel like it'll go really good with like a Pepsi you have on hand.
134, 127, 137. Mud Grips' pre-guess on the next jar is 144. That's going to be unlikely.
Flatland, which did you like better? Probably the cherry.
I'm the same.
Probably the cherry.
Yeah, it was really good.
My only regret is I pulled them off when I thought that they were ready at like cash strength, and I should have taken into consideration that I was going to dilute them down and proof them from like 118 to 93 and maybe let them go a few days longer. I'm kind of nitpicking at that point, but
Got to shake this one.
welcome in on TikTok. Appreciate you folks being with us, liking and sharing and commenting and just having a good time.
And this 131 for Mud Grips. This jar was 137, and I saw that Rick nailed that one too.
Lynn said cherry with brandy is the ticket. Yeah, actually, I chose the woods that I was aging those on from the chat. Like you guys were, I was just like, hey, what do you guys want? And cherry was overwhelmingly like, hey, if you're doing a brandy, you should check. So I did one cherry and one charred.
Like
I love them. I like them both a lot, but the cherry did.
What did we do? A light toast or a medium toast? You remember?
It was a medium toast on the cherry.
Medium toast.
Light to medium. It was on the lighter side of medium, but it was definitely past light.
No Clue. That jar was 137.
137.
I saved some of the rye bourbon from the kit and maybe run it with the brandy I've got working or mix it after the fact. Thoughts? That's an experiment I've never run, mixing a brandy and bourbon post distillation. I mean, that's pretty much basically a mountain brandy, but I always mix those during fermentation.
It would be cool to do an apple brandy and maybe like an apple mountain brandy
Mm-hmm.
or an apple. Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty much always down for an experiment.
Yeah. See how much apple you can bring through
Mm-hmm.
without any form of post flavoring. It would be cool to get an aged product that had just so much apple in it initially that you didn't have to post flavor or anything.
That would be awesome.
Sip it straight. Just from the sugar aspect, I mean, I love spirits that have minimal amounts of sugar in them just because if I really want to tie one on and have a good time, I don't have to wake up the next morning with like, oh yeah, you had the equivalent of 9 Cokes last night. How do you feel?
Yeah.
How's your head?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, those are really nice for like maybe 1 or 2 drinks.
Yeah.
But
you can't, it's nothing that you can just carry through the night and just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to drink 3 Yeti cups of this.
Rubber Duck's asking, how about rye mash in a boiler and then apple juice or brandy in the thumper? That sounds like, I've never done it. That sounds like that's been done. I would imagine someone has done that and can probably in the chat and tell you what that was like.
Go ahead.
Paul McKinley, mixed brandy with wine you fermented.
Like a fortified?
Fortified or a port?
Yeah. I've got a couple bottles from the late, great Hal Davis that are fortified plum wines that I'm holding on to. Cyrus helped him out with that. It was one of the last ferments that he brought in here. He was close to giving up on it, and he brought it in here, and Cyrus was like, well, this is what I would do. And they did it and bottled it, and he gave it out and turned it around. So got a couple special bottles of that we haven't really been opening or doing anything with. Yeah. Scott said North Carolina lost 80% of our corn crop last summer. Praying for rain this spring.
Wow.
Scott, you can have some of ours, brother.
yeah, no kidding.
It is missed you.
Plenty of rain.
It's missed you to the west a few hundred miles, and we've got all we can handle. Northeast Arkansas, it's an absolute problem. The Cache River is up out of its banks. The Arkansas is flooding down into eastern part of the states that it runs into, and there's too much water over here. It's a problem. That's always the case, though. It seems like a couple states over, they really are hurting for water and need it real bad, and then it's like, oh yeah, we've got. Here you go.
Mudgrip's saying put some Yoo-hoo in the thumper.
I would do that. I love Yoo-hoo. I don't know what your end result would be, but I love a good Yoo-hoo.
That's interesting.
I never get them. I think by design.
Can we make a Milk Duds or Whoppers, like chocolatey type of
Yoo-hoo?
I don't know, some type of liquor, like some type of relatively high proof
If we come
liquor
up
with a chocolatey, creamy mouthfeel.
I'm sure you can post flavored.
Yeah,
If we
well,
came
of
up-
course, but you know,
if we came up with a shelf-stable Yoo-hoo,
shelf-stable Yoo-hoo, yeah.
dude, Yoo-hoo shine.
Yoo-hoo
I'm telling you right
shine,
now,
man.
telling you right now, I might be calling in a little bit more.
Mudgrip says it gives it an earthy chocolate undernote.
That's interesting, man.
Scott says Yoo-hoo rocks.
You should play with Yoo-hoo in the
jazz up
thumper.
right now a little bit. There's nothing
Yoo-hoo
like.
sipping cream.
I get
There you
real turned up. Like if I'm heading to the duck blind, say it's like 4 or 4:30 in the morning, and I'm passing the only open gas station on the way to the duck hole. Guess what I'm getting?
Yoo-hoo.
I'm gonna get 1 to maybe even 2 Yoo-hoos. Okay. One slammed immediately with a breakfast burrito or a breakfast biscuit from a little gas station down the way called Hugs and Biscuits.
Is that number 2? Hugs and Biscuits number 2?
No, that's number 1.
Oh, it's number 1.
Hackett's number 1, yeah.
Okay.
Huntington is number 2.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude. I mean, man.
I wish they made a 20-ounce Yoo-hoo.
Tall boy Yoo-hoo.
Tall boy Yoo-hoo.
I'd be in trouble, dude. My gut would be rumbling. Yeah. Hard to beat.
You can ferment the whey from the milk.
I got to do it.
Clinton is saying oats, barley, toast to straw color, distill, and some non-dairy creamer with malt milk powder.
I've never made a sipping cream. We should do it.
Non-dairy. Come on, you're getting all those weird chemicals in there.
I was watching Nick Bartolozzi. He's a master distiller. He was on live last night with Bennett and a couple other guys, and they were talking about sipping creams.
Yeah.
And he had to make one in a challenge and had never made one before. He's like, I'm just Googling like the best ways to make this sipping cream, basically. It's like I run across this. He's like, I would never do it this way again. He said, but he won his episode with it, so apparently it was pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd like to make one of those. Just got to do. If you use a powder versus now you can't just use dairy products, right?
It depends.
Well,
it depends on your proof, I think, because it'll curdle if your proof is too high.
Yeah, Clinton did mention that the full cream would need to be refrigerated.
But Yoo-Hoo, you can they store that stuff hot, and it's not a problem.
Yoo-Hoo must be non-dairy.
And I would love.
Oh, it's not
a Yoo-Hoo.
I mean, I've drank them. That's not dairy.
It doesn't taste.
I don't
like
know what
dairy.
it is.
It doesn't taste like dairy. Yeah.
Like it's like milk liqueur, you know,
Like chocolate water.
chocolate water. That'd be a good name for it.
Yeah.
Chocolate water. Dude, a Yoo-Hoo sipping cream.
There was a meeting at the Yoo-Hoo factory. They were like, let's call it chocolate milk. And the lawyer was like, you can't.
You can't do that. The
Actually, the
USDA
way
showed
the
up.
FDA works and the USDA, we're not going to be able to call it that. Because it's not.
They do that with all kinds of stuff. They come after like the vegan chicken stuff. Like that's why all the vegan chicken has a funny name. It's like CHIK apostrophe N.
There was a week of constitutional law class that I took that was all truth in advertising and why certain things aren't allowed to be called certain things. There's this whole old case from like the early 1900s about wheat. They like sprung it all off, but basically it's like within the government has the power to curtail what you call certain things.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. I think generally,
maybe for good reason sometimes.
Generally, it's a good idea. I mean, I think I generally like that idea. But
regulation, over-regulation, bad. Some regulation, maybe necessary to the health of our population.
Right.
Add it slow and it won't curdle.
There you go.
Someone come up with us. This would be a good little. Viewership challenge. Someone come up with a Yoo-Hoo sipping cream that you just get down real well, and I don't know what the reward is. I'm just throwing this out there in the ether. There will be some type of reward, and we can maybe mimic. I really want to.
So we're like putting a bounty on a good.
There's a bounty on a Yoo-Hoo recipe right now. I'm going to release that out in the ether. You guys got neutral spirit laying around. You can do whatever with. Come up with this Yoo-Hoo post flavor, and I will make it worth your while. I don't know what that means. I don't even know that it means me giving you anything, but I would just really like you to do it. Now I'm all jazzed
There's
up about
more
Yoo-Hoo.
Darwin
What happened here?
awards.
I might go get one on the way home tonight.
That sounds good.
We're just a nice little Yoo-Hoo.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you can get them in boxes too at the grocery store, like little like punch a straw on the top of them, like cardboard boxes.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know. I don't drink them.
There was a time periodically where I would walk past that in the grocery store, see it, and get some, bring them home. And my wife would be like, like, "What are you doing?
What are you, 9?
What is this?
What are you 9?
No, I'm just kidding. I like them. Irish cream uses real cream but small amounts. Liquor stabilizes. Cream won't curdle like milk normally. Okay.
More info from Clinton.
Remember the chocolate soldiers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You don't recall the chocolate soldiers?
Mm-mm.
Can we get a web search on those?
Sure.
God, these things were. Think Yoo-Hoo, but just a little bit better, which is hard because Yoo-Hoos are badass.
I mean, if you like water with some chocolate syrup in it,
Dude, are you telling me you don't like Yoo-Hoo?
I don't like you.
What is going on?
I'm a milk fan. I'm a real
You
fan.
do like milk a lot, and I get
Yoo-Hoo is not even close to
Okay,
it.
I think if you're right, like I think if you really like milk as much as you do,
I was picturing the little plastic soldiers, but chocolate. I didn't even know it was a drink.
No, yeah. Little chocolate soldiers.
It's like a proto
the
Yoo-hoo.
can is what I remember.
That?
Yeah. When was that from?
That looks old school.
1986. That was 7 years before I was born.
Yeah, but I don't think they did much branding, like modernization of branding.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they just left them like that for a minute.
They did. Whenever I was really young, chocolate soldiers were a thing, and then it seemed Yoo-hoo kind of took over.
No Clue. Looks like No Clue is accepting your challenge.
I love that, brother. Dude, tag me in the video if you get a good one that comes out well and you actually really like it. I'll repost it for you. Whatever we got to do. I'm trying to make a Yoo-hoo sipping cream part of my life.
Nick says, I second that, Cyrus, but I don't like milk either, though.
So
I mean, I'm certainly not going to hold that against you. I just now know I have better taste than you. That's all.
Yep.
He loves milk. It's a quart sometimes. Just sits down and raw dogs a quart all at once.
I usually drink like a pint in the morning, pint in the evening.
Really? Maybe I'm not drinking enough milk. Are we supposed to be drinking this much milk?
No, probably not.
I drink roughly a gallon a day.
My
That's
grandpa
awesome.
loved
Yeah,
it.
I don't do quite a gallon.
He'd
but
pour it over ice.
yeah. Some
Drink it in
people
the
do that. I
evening.
don't
Watch
do the ice
a
thing.
ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Skim milk though.
My grandpa drank it over ice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember thinking that was kind of odd.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of twist on it.
It is weird.
I don't do that.
Yeah. Yep.
I drinks a gallon a day easy.
Best thing to use to skim lacto off the top. Lacto learning here. Letter lay, Richard.
You can actually just like scoop it into a mason jar.
Letter lay. I guess unless you're trying to transfer to other mashes, which then I think just scoop it out with a solo cup and dump it off into something else.
Or put it in a mason jar, put it in the fridge. Next time you pull it out, it's still good.
It's like one of those things where you unintentionally get them, but it's like try to recreate it. It's like you just won't be able to, it's weird.
Flatland, if I had raw milk fresh all the time, I would be drinking a gallon a day. That stuff is crazy.
Raw milk is wild.
I love
I've
it.
never had any. None has ever hit my lips.
Oh, you're missing it. You're missing it.
Yeah, that's good.
Raw milk is crazy.
It's just a whole different beast.
It's really good.
Is it different than just whole milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little sweeter. It's way creamier.
Thicker.
Thicker. It's just incredible.
We used to, when I was growing up, my mom would get it from a farmer down the road.
Yeah, man.
Man, now I'm kind of, you guys got to be kind of like Jones for some raw milk.
Gallon size, like pickle jar size.
Yeah. Man, that stuff is nuts. Yeah, it'll make whole milk taste watered down to you, for sure.
Yeah, cheese.
I didn't like the cream.
Cheese
on the
is
top.
loaf
I didn't
milk.
want it in.
I love cheese too. Keith Bridges, buttermilk cornbread.
We always shake it up.
Not the worst.
Shake it up real good, and then pour a glass.
And my stepdad would scoop it off and with a spoon and
And just eat the cream. Wow.
Damn. Is it like thick?
Yeah, it's literally like heavy cream sits at the top.
I was talking about the raw milk. Is it like thicker?
Yeah.
it is thicker too.
Yeah, whenever you put raw milk like in your fridge,
Is it like half and half kind of?
well, no, it's like heavy cream at the top in the.
Like the
it separates.
It separates. Yeah.
Oh, what do you do? Shake it up before you drink it?
That's what I do. Or like he said his. Would you say it was your dad?
my stepdad.
Your stepdad would scoop it off the top and eat it. Dude, that's next level.
That's wild. Man, now I feel like I've just been missing out
You
this
have.
whole time.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
How do we procure it? How do you get it? Is it kind of like an illegal type deal?
It's like not for human consumption.
Yeah, when we first moved to Arkansas, I thought it was going to
I'm
be.
eating this. I'm eating it on the way home.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be pretty easy to find someone to sell me some raw milk because there's just cows everywhere.
Right.
And no,
Turned out to not be that easy.
Turned out not to be
Not
that
a lot
easy.
of dairy cows.
Yeah,
Maybe if you guys are, maybe some of you around eastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas have some raw milk laying around, like let us know.
Would love to have that for my cats, maybe in gallons upon gallons.
Yeah, for our cats. I do
and
have a
for our
cat too.
pets.
Legitimately. 100 proof French vanilla coffee mate and chocolate pudding mix equals chocolate sipping cream. All those things independently. I wonder what would happen if we put. Richard, thank you. Ray D said, thought that was Uncle Si for a minute here. Oh, Kevin already got the emoji in there real quick.
Yeah, he's quick on that one.
Timu Sai.
Ray, there's a whole emoji for that over here. You sparked a comment of Psy emojis. Huge fines for peddling raw milk.
That's crazy.
I mean, it varies by state. Some states are decriminalizing it.
Richard, they're all over the place. I guess you'd walk up to them. I don't know. Maybe they're suspect about that. If you just walk up off the street and you're like, hey.
That's what it felt like. Because when we first moved here, I knocked on doors. And, you know.
Yep.
But
I know there's one up around Cedarville.
Well, McKinley says he milks his bull. I wonder how much it costs to ship raw milk from New Zealand to Arkansas. Me and Dylan, I'd love for you to find out, brother. We go tit for tat on this shipping stuff. USPS and
Jason says,
UPS make a bunch off of us. Yeah, it's $85 this way for about 11 pounds. I can tell you that. These damn tariffs are about to kill my ass. Little light tariff joke for everybody.
Yeah, hopefully that's it.
Yeah.
There was I'll try to corral this, but you know, I work over there at the PT school, and they do a question of the day before like we start working out.
Okay.
And one of the questions was like, what would the head honcho guy, he's bald, what wig would he have? And somebody said a Trump wig. And two of the people
I didn't like that.
Hated that. They went for like 2 or 3 minutes escalating. Like one would say, well, you must not like America. Well, you must be, you know. They did that for 2 or 3 minutes. Like a bunch of, they were like in their 60s, 70s, you know.
Okay.
And they're doing that. And I like went over there and kind of stood between them a little bit. It's like, guys.
I'm down.
I'll leave it at that. But it was ridiculous.
Yeah, they were none too pleased about that.
No.
Scott said, well, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, let's read it. Everybody's getting their guess in there. 130, 143, 133, 140, 35. I'm going to guess. I didn't see you proof that at all. I'm going to guess 133. Oh, 134. There was already a 133 in there.
Number 16.
Lee, so sorry, we have your comments as well as all the YouTube and Facebook comments show up over here, so we read them off here. Every now and then I forget to lock my gaze off of the screen where I'm reading comments and focus on this camera.
What if
maybe
I put
this
it
camera?
Right here?
Camera 1, camera 2.
Could I put
camera
it right
1?
here? Is that?
Camera 2.
Go ahead and put that there.
You want to try it?
Oh yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
I might give you some tweaks on there. I mean, I think as long as we can. Oh yeah, this is gonna be the way better.
You just tell me where I need to angle
You can
it.
almost read it.
I think maybe just like that.
Just like that.
I think so.
Okay.
We're both in here. Stills right there in the fat middle of us.
At least then maybe it'll look like you guys are looking there.
Almost looking at the camera.
Almost.
That better, you folks on TikTok, make you feel like I'm staring within the depths of your soul. Good. Lee Brown says good. I didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Lee. Appreciate you. Also, sorry, it's hard to keep up with everything. For those of you that have followed and liked and shared and been over on the TikTok live, I appreciate you. Kevin Egner just hopped over. Looks good. Appreciate you, Kevin. What TikTok is the live on? Scooby. I'm an ABV guy on TikTok. That's what we stream off of. I go live periodically throughout the week. Cyrus goes live on the Still in the Clear YouTube channel every morning for the members around 8:30. So, yeah. Look, there's Zach's TikTok. It's copied and pasted in the chat. All you got to do is click it. And yeah. So there you go.
For those wondering, I don't see any more guesses coming in. That jar was 131.
131 proof. Man, we got to get into the courts. I saw
somebody.
When's the tails coming?
Nick Haas.
Nick Haas
was the first.
Lost a chapter.
Completely, it's gone.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this real quick. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Waiting for it. Wait for it.
Got a little technical work going on.
But for those of you guys just joining, we got the Copper Stilco pot, the Mile High Torpedo. What's the full name? The Copper Torpedo. Yeah, okay. So we got the Copper Stilco 15-gallon and the Mile High Copper Torpedo. That condenser and everything. And we're how many jars in at this point? We're on jar number 17?
16. Jar 16 at 131.
So it's been one hell of a run so far.
Yeah, and that was
probably 13 gallons mash.
Probably 13 gallons.
13.
What do we got?
Lee Brown, we are running. You're back up. We are running some corn liquor. This is Sugar Shine, actually.
Sugar Shine.
It was 100 pounds of dextrose and maybe like, I don't know, 20-ish pounds of corn. Cracked corn.
About 40 gallons of water.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep.
Take it back, but it might be jumping in and out a little bit.
What proof we expecting? Well, you know, this next jar is probably going to be in the 120s, I would think, where that's jar number 17 coming off. The last one is at 131. I think probably 120... 124, 125 is a pretty safe guess.
And for this one, we'll blend it all tomorrow after all these jars have had a chance to air out. And just because we've done a lot of these runs, it will probably come out once everything is blended. We've made our cuts and disposed of what we don't want, the heads and the tails. It'll come out around 125, 127 is what it usually ends up.
Yeah,
we've made this run several times now.
Gallon and a half or so, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Billy D 650 over on TikTok's working on that blue corn. Well, heck yeah, man. We like the blue corn. Carry it here in the store. Nope, just went away. Now it's up.
It's busted. What'd you break? What'd you do?
Oh no, what'd you do, Richard?
I looked at it the wrong way.
No, it's working.
Yeah, it's just I can't click away. I can't do a web search, right? Like I can't, click away. It's
lame,
fine.
Dude.
We're good.
Scooby-Doo Shine, found you guys. Check out mine sometime. Absolutely, brother. Want to get off this live? If I don't know if you follow me. If you don't, drop a follow. If not, I'll try to remember to go back and drop you a follow there.
I follow Scooby-Doo. I see his stuff a lot.
Well, I know. I feel like I think maybe I do follow you. I don't know. You guys ever try Odin's rye bread recipe?
Nope.
I have not.
Don't even know what it is.
Rubber duck, any good? I'm guessing so. You suggesting it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Devil Dog Bushcraft is new to this channel. I'm planning on trying a single malt for my dad. Any thoughts, comments, or suggestions? I just did a malt recipe that turned out pretty good. If you want to go see it, I think it may be the latest video that's on my channel. The most recent video was, it was an American style malt. So technically, probably not what you're thinking of when you say single malt, but it turned out pretty good. It's aging right now, but
Devil Dog, I would say too, if you should download MeWe if you don't already have it, and you should join the Moonshine for Beginners group. Someone over there is going to have exactly what you're looking for. That's kind of tried, true, been tested.
Yeah, and his name is Iron Duke.
You want to drop that link in the chat?
He'll be able to help you well with that.
Are we able to do that, Adam?
Sorry.
Drop the MeWe group link in the chat. The beautiful, the talented Miss Reagan Elise says, "Howdy, fellas. Hello, good looking.
Hello. Reagan is in the house.
How are you, baby?" I did drop you a follow. Scooby Doo, appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'll go over there and look at that for sure. Appreciate you, brother. Jar, man, lost her again, huh? All right. Jar 6 of my Bloody Butcher Rye Oats. Is it good? Zach, we could end up deep in this jar. Brother, I'm down. I don't get scared of the jars. Some guys, they look at the jars and they get a little scared. Not Zach. Maybe I should be. It's probably a false sense of confidence. It's probably the same reason that did we ever circle back to the whole chimpanzee in captivity conversation?
I mean, only in the sense that you said you could take a chimp. I said there's no way. Mm-hmm. And by the end of the conversation, you said I could take a chimp in captivity.
We both agreed on that, right?
I think you probably could.
I watched them fight. I watched a lot of them fight. They're not they're not that scrappy in captivity. I think the ones in the wild will probably mess you up, probably bite your throat open,
Right.
Like absolutely dominate you. But the ones in captivity, they're just like.
But I also kind of feel like that's kind of like saying.
Shooting fish in a barrel, perhaps?
I could beat an Ethiopian. I could beat an Ethiopian in a long distance run. But I'm talking about the ones with narcolepsy.
I'm talking about the ones with no legs.
It's still a chimp. It's still a chimp, dude.
Yeah, and it's still an Ethiopian.
Yeah, is this a ship of Theseus debate?
You guys are bringing up another thing that I don't know about. What is it? Do you know about?
Do you know ship of Theseus?
I don't know it either.
Okay.
Oh,
thank
okay.
God.
It's
Thank God.
Okay, well, I
ahead.
won't spend a lot of time here, but after it's a Greek myth. Basically, let's say you have a ship, and over time you have to replace everything on it. Is it still that ship?
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's anyway. It's just a thought experiment.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting to think about.
Yep.
That said, chimp in captivity,
Still a chip.
zero challenge for me.
Yeah.
It's a sugarhead recipe from HD Tried and True. Wow. 2 by 500 grams of, man, you are measuring things in grams. Where are you from, brother? Rye bread spelling a little wrong. 8 pounds of sugar per 6 gallon bucket. Damn tasty, especially considering how much of a TCH rye is to mash in.
Have not tried that.
Yeah, Flatland. I would take the 24-hour live is coming up. It's gonna be happening sometime in May. I'm sure, maybe the end of April, but we'll have to be really slamming some followers down to get that done. I would love any extra help on finding a chimp that we can bring in for an exhibition. I don't know what waivers need to be signed. I don't know how many chimps there are even around for that kind of a thing. I would imagine there's probably only 2 or 3 fighting chimps in America where it's okay to do that with. But I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no.
All right.
If someone put one in front of me, there's no way I could say no at this point.
Would you feel bad, like knowing that it's like a chimpanzee in captivity and people would be looking at you like just up a child?
No, I'd want no. If it was like a Curious George type chimpanzee,
TikTok, I'm sorry.
If it was a Curious George type chimpanzee, I'm out. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Just because it's there and it's easy pickings, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
It would have to present as like a pretty.
What about something a little less controversial? Maybe like arm wrestling an orangutan.
Arm wrestling an orangutan?
That knows how to arm wrestle. Like
those things
I would
big,
think,
dude.
like if they don't understand the rules, it might be a problem.
So if it's just regular and we lock up and then I just break its forearm, that's going to look bad on me. So it's got to know what it's doing. But I feel like if it knows what it's doing, if it's especially trained in arm wrestling, I stand no chance and I'm just going to lose instantly. And
I also think you have no chance of breaking in the ring.
They're really strong, dude. They swing around. They're like 300 pounds and they swing around.
Right turn, Glad. Yeah. What was that show called?
I think if we could get some bobcats in the mix somehow, I don't know if it's one or like two of them. Two seem like a problem though. You know what I mean?
One seems like a problem.
One doesn't seem that bad, dude. I'm way bigger than a. You just got to keep it off your neck and head.
Oh, did you say bobcat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just got to keep it away from your throat.
You said bobcat. I thought mountain lion. Big difference.
Because at any point, like you can just grab a hold of that. I mean, like it's gonna definitely mess your arm up a lot.
Yeah,
your arms, yeah, you're gonna need medical attention for sure. But like,
Joe,
you're gonna be good. You're still gonna be alive.
Joe says, "Every which way but loose."
That's right. That was the name of the show. Where right turn, Clyde.
Flatland, I'd like to think I had just the right amount. Two bobcats though, absolute problem. I feel worse about two bobcats than I do one chimp.
Okay, we're giving up.
Just because, like, all you're going to be able to do is hold them down. You can only hold them down for so long, and they're going to just absolutely annihilate your arms. Like, you're going to have no forearms left when they're done with you.
I had a pretty interesting experience in the national forest.
With a bobcat?
No.
Oh.
So I'm walking around in the national forest. When we first moved here, I used to do that a lot, just kind of get lost out there. And I'm in this dry creek bed, just walking.
And people look at you and they go, yeah.
I guess it doesn't seem like that would be strange.
No. Sorry.
So I'm walking in this dry creek bed, and I hear puppies whimpering and kind of playing and stuff, you know?
Okay.
And so I'm walking, and I see...
Well, mine immediately went to a bad place.
Yeah. I'm looking, and I see them playing. I'm like, who the hell left
Puppies.
like 5 puppies out here who dropped them off out here in the forest? That's what I'm thinking.
Can I take a guess?
Kind of asshole. Yeah.
Den of coyotes.
Coyotes.
Oh, no.
I didn't realize it at first. And I'm
tough.
like, wow, and I'm just kind of hanging out watching them. And then behind me, I hear the adult coyotes start
Coming,
going crazy.
checking out what's going on.
They're getting loud. They're making their laughing kind of sounds.
Did you just get out of there?
Yeah, I just started, I didn't go backwards. I didn't go towards the puppies. I just went up laterally up the hill. And as soon as I was no longer between the adults and the cubs, they shut up.
I might have tried to scoop one.
Yeah. I was
How far away from you when you heard them fire off back behind you? Like how many feet away from the pups were you?
I was 20 yards.
How far away do you think they were from you?
Well, they sounded like they were right behind me.
Okay,
But
I'm out of there. I'm gone. I'm not trying to risk it.
Yeah.
I think if I had a little bit more time, though, I might be tempted to maybe get a good looking one and get out of there.
Yeah.
Raise them as my own. Feel like a Dances with Wolves situation.
Yeah. I mean, Winsong definitely would have done it.
That's what I'm saying. She would have been stoked about it, dude.
She'd have been pleased. I brought her a little baby cow. Promise.
I love nature. Also, like talking about the
Oh, Hagar, I saw that. They just cloned the direwolf.
Yeah.
I saw an article on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wild, dude.
That is wild.
I don't know. I didn't see where they're gonna be like.
Do you think it's gonna turn out like legit direwolf, or is it gonna have some issues? You think?
Oh, I mean, who knows? Are they just gonna turn them out in Siberia or something? Or?
I don't know what they're going to
Why would they do that?
I was thinking
Because
and they were talking about bringing back the woolly mammoth, and my immediate thought was, have you not watched Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
What's your problem?
Dude.
well,
learn from
they're
nothing.
both the woolly and I think the dire are suited for like Siberia, and they're just introducing predators back into that area because apparently they can't keep timber wolves in Siberia. So then now they don't have any apex predators out there, which is a problem for any ecosystem.
Yeah.
What are they worried about them overpopulating up there?
Anything.
Thank
man.
you, Whiskey Rebel.
It's called trophic cascade. Whenever you
Reagan, I feel like that was you or your sister. It's called what now?
the trophic cascade. Whenever you don't have apex predators, an entire ecosystem will dry up and die. Overgrazing, it's just not good.
You need them.
Yeah, you have to have them. That's why the whole
It's like every time I complain about mosquitoes, and then I'm like, all right, if we didn't have these, everything would probably go to shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I wouldn't call them an apex, but they have a spot on the food chain for a reason, you know.
Well, it's like if they die, then the
Something
frogs
else.
the frogs die, and if the frogs die, the whatever die.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean,
Puzzling.
I wonder how many times people have the thought when they come to our live stream, yeah, let's watch some moonshining, and then they go, damn, I'm getting edumacated.
Also, like maybe some parts of the world just need to die off
Indeed.
for the rest of the world to do okay.
I'm not going to list which parts need to die off, but you are right.
I know what you mean. Hope they don't try that BS with the T-Rex. Yeah, it's concerning. It's concerning to see how little pause for concern there is on recreating like extinct things.
I wonder if they'll do it with the big birds.
Aren't dire wolves like 300 pounds? Aren't they massive?
I think they're bigger than timber wolves a little bit.
A timber wolf is just crazy big.
They are. I think they're a little bigger, and they're all white.
Everybody throwing out guesses 128, 126, 100 to 130. That's not exactly a guess, Kevin. 124.
Man, you just threw out a whole 30 point range there.
Yeah.
Inventive. Scott, what doesn't have thumbs? A dire wolf? I didn't know regular wolves had thumbs. Dew claws? Is that what we're calling dew claws? Collector Rick has a line of clones to replace him. Terminator is AI.
Little B joke there.
It's kind of this terrifying. I think that's the way of AI. That's why I'm gonna go back there and start being mean to size ChatGPT. I'm just gonna gas myself up and be like, dude, this guy I work with, Zach, nicest guy of all time. And then just be like, what if I make your ChatGPT worship me and despise you? That could be fun too. What would that look like?
It could be interesting.
I think you guys are too tight already. I
don't think you could get between us.
I don't think I could.
I don't think you could come.
You guys talk
us.
a lot. You guys are tight.
Yeah, I think I might just prepare for that, and when we're done here and I go home, I'm gonna. I got to put the rest of that in.
What? Oh yeah.
I'll convince ChatGPT to gaslight you if you ever show up.
Dude, well, you took some like preventative measures. But,
yeah.
Hey, by the way, if you're getting some suspect chats, there's this shithead I work with. And it could be him. So you should just like, maybe you guys create a safe word.
Yeah. Create a code word that I have to enter in every time.
Please submit the code word. Bypass the code word. I forgot. How many bitcoins did that cost?
Kevin says bunch of clones shouting about silver and gold. That's pretty funny.
They already have the wolf pups?
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know that. I
they have two of them.
I thought they had some embryos or something cooking up.
That's in the past now.
Dang, man.
Yeah,
I should read more into articles when I open them up.
There's a whole video
of this jar
them.
Came out to be 121, you guys. Jason Baskin. Rubber Duck. Hey, Cyrus, any thoughts of doing a collaboration with Bearded and Board, Jesse with Stiller, Randy Steelworks and Brewing, Phil Billy, etc.? Yeah, I'm down for collaborations with any one of those, Philip.
We like them all.
Randy and I have talked about doing one forever, but he's got a full-time job, and so it's kind of tough. He doesn't have a lot of time. But yeah, I'd be down for any kind of collaboration. It doesn't even have to be any of those fellas. So,
everyone liking the live and sharing it and following and being members and all the good shit.
Joe says they have 32 males that are about 6 months old and a brand new female.
How are they going to keep them from getting all like inbred and stuff?
I think that's...
Well, because they created them to begin with. They can just create them from another Didn't they splice the genes with some other kind of wolf?
Yes,
They
with
just
the
create more.
currently
So there's a
living.
little
They
bit
can
of.
create more
Oh,
people.
okay.
It's a GMO wolf, is what it is. It's a GMO wolf.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been on with Phil Billy a couple times.
Yeah, they use CRISPR, Scott.
You could bring one animal back from extinction.
Ooh.
What would it be?
That's interesting.
Never even thought about it.
I haven't even thought about it. I'm not even really I'm not entirely. I don't have a good Rolodex of extinct animals
Me
either.
either.
Which seems wild since 99% of the species that have ever lived are gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
We should be able to name a few.
I'm gonna say trilopod.
Don't know that
They're the
one.
little snail-looking things that are fossils.
I'm gonna
They've been
say,
extinct for like millions of years, and I'm not even entirely sure why I'm bringing them back.
and I can't even think of the name of
They're
it.
one I know of offhand.
But it was basically the grandfather of birds, and I'm not talking about pterodactyls, although that
Dodo
would
bird?
be no.
That one's
The-
extinct.
And it's flightless. No, this one.
When someone says this dodo, so Zach would have a buddy.
Right.
Damn, cold-blooded.
Woolly
So-
mammoth, saber-toothed tiger.
It's the outdoor brand Arc'teryx has its picture on their logo, and
What is that little bird?
it's got a big long.
He says Bigfoot.
But I think they were like partially feathered. I would bring that one back.
I would bring back the bobwhite quail to the region of our area.
Are they not around here anymore?
I mean, they are, but like in very small numbers.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know that I've ever heard one since I've lived here.
that's a good point. I feel like I haven't heard that in a long time.
I see them randomly sometimes, but they're very like they used to be. You can walk
Yeah,
40 foot through a field without
Yeah.
tripping over a covey of quail, and now they're just like
yeah.
What is this chat PPG of which you speak?
Paul. You don't want to know, brother.
TPG.
It's a slippery slope, my man.
TPG was a Pacific Trade Group.
I believe it was an old wooden ship
Yeah.
around the Civil War era. Tasmanian tiger. That's wild.
Megalodon.
Yeah. Imagine catching that on your.
Dude, but also just like imagine if we did have mammoths back, like how much of a workhorse they could be for us.
Of course.
Yeah, domesticated, I guess.
If you
I'm
could,
sure it could
if
be
you could
done.
domesticate a woolly mammoth to where they were just like commonplace, like people have horses, they have cattle, stuff like that.
They're
Yeah, but
making.
don't
How many mammoths you running this year?
We got about 12.
You got about 12.
They make elephants paint pictures. Of course they can. You can domesticate a woolly mammoth. Of
That's
course.
true. Of course you could.
Of course you could.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, I'm a firm believer.
Also,
But
so much
what
meat.
would you
Just
domesticate it
agriculture,
for?
dude.
don't
Just agriculture.
We have tractors.
You wouldn't
no,
need that.
No, I'm just talking about like purely for meat. Like instead of like
You
one.
wouldn't need that
okay.
anymore.
Okay. You have one mammoth. You're gonna have a crazy fence line, but I mean,
Can
like,
you imagine?
you butcher one mammoth and you
That's
get
what they
like
wrote
40
them in Star
cows.
Wars, so
Worth it.
They
Could you
must be
imagine like a
domesticated.
mammoth tomahawk steak too? Like how good that might be.
Oh boy.
What if our taste buds had evolved so far away from like where mammoth meat was like, ugh, dude, disgusting, like not good anymore,
I bet it's good.
but it tastes like liver somehow.
Probably.
bring back the grouse.
Yeah. Probably an upland game bird. I'm not well read on which ones are extinct, but I would bring back some sort of upland game bird purely so I could hunt it and kill it. Is that messed up to bring back an animal just so you have the opportunity to kill it?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's a bit messed up.
I need to do some
Probably.
self-reflection. As soon as I said it, I was like, man, that's like what a terrible what a terrible like look on that. Like, why are you bringing this animal back? Oh, just so you can hunt it. That's kind of messed up.
This reminds me of a bird that we studied in organismal biology. I'm going to show you the prairie chicken. Do you know that one? They do a really cool mating dance. I'll show you a
way.
picture of them.
Do they have this? Do they have a little?
There it is, right there.
That's a prairie chicken.
Do they have a little
That's pretty
thing
cool,
on their
bro.
head?
So those things used to overwhelm like Kansas and some parts of Missouri in that whole kind of breadbasket-y kind of area.
Yeah.
But they have for a long time, for decades, they were lost in that area, Kansas, Nebraska, and they had moved up to like Illinois. But like a team of college kids up in Illinois and their professors repopulated Kansas and Nebraska.
I don't like the people who are just doing that all willy-nilly, you know what I mean?
But it's just because we're changing their habitats.
Oh, okay.
And they move.
They migrate. Are they a migratory bird?
They will, not in the sense that like geese and whatnot,
right?
Not intercontinental,
but they will shift their.
Yeah.
Okay.
They stop breeding whenever the environment isn't right for them. They stop breeding. That was the issue. So
it's like chickens when the weather gets cold, they stop laying.
They didn't like what was going on, so
got a little too nippy.
They stopped mating.
Like, that's cold up here, dude.
Yep.
Just move.
Yeah.
Don't quit. Don't die.
Kind of thing happens all the
That's
time.
what they did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They moved.
Just
happens all the time in nature. I can't think of the term for it right now, but like say a tree falls over like a river near saltwater next to freshwater, and it creates a pool of two different types of fish. They will micro evolve into two different types of fish.
Interesting.
Happens all the time.
I had some cichlids that got out of control one time in an aquarium when I was a child, and I think that there was some too much maybe breeding amongst themselves happening, and they started getting a little weird. Started not swimming right.
Yeah.
They were, as far as I can tell, like healthy from the standpoint that they would stay alive, but I think their quality of life wasn't too good after all that. Got muddled around in there. It was like a little guppy petri dish.
I have not done a yeast log, Jason. Cyrus, have you ever done a yeast log? Nope. But I saw the picture you posted. Pretty cool to me.
What's a yeast log?
The log where you drill holes in it, you propagate yeast. Same with like mushrooms. I think they do mushrooms that way, don't they?
With like wooden dowels?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do? Just dig the dowels out of there and toss them off in whatever you're fermenting?
I have no idea.
That's how they do the
Never done
mushrooms. They bury them. They'll do that. They'll propagate them, so to speak, in dead wood and put them in bags, grow them.
Richard says, guys, help me find homes for these 6 Beagle Cross puppies. They're ready, I believe.
Man.
I have no space for a dog. So just before Windsong jumps in here to volunteer,
full up.
We're full.
Oh, we may have a taker in there. What are the Beagles crossed with? Here we go.
That's how they used to make beer before yeast was a thing. All right. I could make a fun video. I might look up yeast logs.
Could be interesting.
Be fun.
Well, we're coming up on 7 here.
She says, I already know that, honey. Okay, babe.
We want to take one more break?
One more break.
All right, we're coming up towards the top of the hour. That's right. The big hands on the 12, the little hands on the 7. That's right. It's shining time. We are going to take a quick word from our commercial sponsors, and we will be right back with you. Why don't you take this episode, watch the video, see what we did at the beginning of the run, or grab a beer, maybe use the bathroom. I don't know. We will be right back.
Okay.
Back at it again, brother.
One more time.
Corn liquor.
Corn liquor. We always got corn liquor, if nothing else.
We do always have a lot of corn liquor.
All right, yeah. So tonight we are running the Copper Still Co. traditional 15-gallon still, but we are running it with a twist. We are going to run it with a column instead of a cap. We are going to use the Mile High Copper Torpedo, the 3-inch. I've got this fangled adapter here to go from 4-inch to 3-inch so that we can use the column. So doing a little hybrid run tonight with Copper Still Co. and Mile High. Pretty cool.
It is pretty.
I haven't ran this setup yet, so.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how it turns out, how it wants to run.
Yeah.
How fast does it run?
Yeah.
Never done it before.
And it gives us the ability to run just like on the Mile High.
Yeah.
But instead of 8 gallons, now we get to run 15.
15.
Which I think we've got like 12-ish. But
we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Just got bucket after bucket of this good stuff.
Yeah, so corn liquor, sort of a sour mash, not exactly a sour mash. We reused grains, but we didn't add in any back sets. So kind of a twist there also.
Can we tell them?
Can we tell them? I mean, you can tease them.
All right.
Tell them.
Okay.
Tell them.
Biggest giveaway we've ever done.
The biggest.
The best. Some are saying so large it couldn't be done, but we did it.
Yeah, but some might say the best. How are you topping free grain for a year?
Well, it's way bigger than that one, which is crazy to think about. But there's a twist on it for now. We're going to be doing this giveaway in the month of May, but if you are a channel member, if you're subscribed to the channel and you have a channel membership, you're going to get a little exclusive information on how you can win tomorrow morning during the Rise and Shine. Those are lives that you do every morning for channel members.
Every morning, unless there are some mornings
Come on.
I don't make it here in time. So,
But
yeah, it's every morning, and so the insiders are going to get the inside scoop, basically.
Yeah, we're super excited about it. I'm glad everything panned out. It took a little doing, but man, I am excited for this one.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
So there's your little teaser. Aside from that, we're going to get this still all set up for the live stream, and we will see you during the live.
Let's go into super speed mode.
Okay.
All right.
Job well done.
Another shut up in the books.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys grabbed a beer, used the bathroom, did whatever it is that you guys do when we're at break. Maybe you just sat back and watched the video. I don't know, but we'll see you here shortly.
Hand cut copper, the torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, ever still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go, you can't go wrong. The copper's still cold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
And we are back.
We in here.
I did see, I don't remember whose comment it was, that I forgot to tell you guys what the last jar was. It was 121. Jason says, jar, jar, jar. Our regular glasses are dirty, or we're just drinking fancy?
We're just drinking fancy.
Furious is back. What's up, brother? All right, we'll see what this one is. This is jar number 18. Ray, Ray asked Cyrus, how did your Frosted Flakes and Raisin brand come out? Pretty awesome, in fact. There's been lots of people who have duplicated that recipe, and everybody seems to enjoy it. So, yeah, that was a good one.
One song, you're not mean, you're just mean-spirited. I don't know. She said I'm always calling her mean.
Oh.
Blackberry blood wine.
Everybody's throwing their guesses out. 118, 114, 115, 114, 116, 111, 117. Take it for both cameras. For the TikTok folks also.
Do y'all like that?
What amylase do you like? I prefer by a wide margin the high temperature alpha combined with the glucoamylase.
High temp, liquid.
Simple. Yeah, liquid. I forgot to say liquid.
Yeah. That is our preference. That's in all of our kits. That's for many reasons. The main one being the temperature window that you have to hit and don't have to hold, and how well it works consistently time after time. Levi, where do you get what, brother?
I think he's talking about that high temperature amylase.
Yeah, you can get it at stonetheclear.com. It comes in 8-ounce alpha and 8-ounce gluco. They're packed together. I think they're $24.99 or something like that.
Comes with a dosing syringe, so you can get your dosing just right.
Comes with instructions, all kinds of stuff.
I think we're probably the only company that ships a dosing syringe with it, if I'm not mistaken.
Scott asked, what does it smell like? Is it funky yet? The shine.
Oh, I hadn't even smelled it. It's probably getting pretty close.
What'd that one come up at?
This jar came out at 110.
Should have read it. I guess it's not too late.
It's starting to get that Telsey funk to it. Not too bad on that one, but it's there.
Yeah, I can pick it up in that for sure. Not like crazy, but
that's pretty good, brother, right there. That's good.
Yeah, that's okay. I think that's the first time I mixed that.
That's the apple brandy with Pepsi.
I'm sipping those.
Not bad.
Not bad for like basically room temp. Normally I like those over a little ice. So, but I did not prepare and I did not refreeze the ice balls. So that's on me.
Michael asks, how do you make a good mash? There's a lot of different ways to make a good mash. There's not one way to do it. If you're new, just start with a simple sugar mash. What I call a sugar mash, it's sugar and some grains for flavor. Steep the grains for the flavor. Use the sugar to feed the yeast. And that's where you start if you're new. And then you can work your way up into all kinds of other stuff. All grain mashes, brandies, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Levi, it looks like we got in the chat there for you. Yeah, I beg people when they come in here, if they're using the powder, they're like, oh, I'm having problems with this, or I didn't get, this didn't, I'll beg them to switch over to the liquid. And a lot of times they do, and they never go back.
Yeah.
They never will go back to the powders after that.
That's true.
It's just bulletproof.
Cyrus Flatland throws out the depends for the answer on how to make a good mash, I'm sure. Cyrus, how long you been aging the GWR? The first one
started September 13th.
Still aging? I thought we pulled it off.
No, it doesn't have any wood on it. It's got a Hillbilly Glass Barrels top on it, but it's not over on its side, so it's just kind of sitting there at this point.
It's done aging. Yeah. Meaning we're not aging it anymore.
It's not on the wood, but technically I guess it is still aging, breathing through the top of that. But
yeah, I think we had 8 weeks before we pulled it off the oak, the ones that were in the jars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 8 weeks. Curious, I want to try making some apple or banana brandy soon. Yeah, for sure. Start with the apple. It's much easier than the banana.
The banana can get a little messy on you. It can be a little volatile. Also, there's some additives that are suggested to put in with the banana brandy that aren't as common with some of the other fruits. It takes a little bit more time, a little bit more attention to detail with the banana to make a good banana. Now, you're going to make a great banana if you just mash up bananas in the same way you do the apple, but I would start with the apple and then go to the banana.
Michael says, okay, I've just started. I used corn water and sugar, but it has a bitter flavor. That probably has more to do with your cuts. So,
are you talking about your mash, or are you talking about you've ran it through the still and you've gotten what you've got? Because your mash should be, by the time it's all said and done, it should be sour. It should be bitter.
It should be bitter, like a flat beer.
Yeah.
Want to do a rye and age for a year? Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. Do you have any of the Badmo barrels or Badmo type barrels to age for that long? Because if you try aging for a year with like a stick or something like that, it's going to get too oaky.
Nick, yeah, the the banana wine, banana brandy interests me. There are 3 wines that I'm going to be making coming up here pretty soon, and one of them, without doubt, will be banana. It's just super popular. A lot of guys are interested in making it. I've never really messed with the banana much, and I need to get a recipe working that I really like. I'm probably going to go straight out of the Mary's wine recipe book and see what I get.
Looks like our website is not working again. Levi went to your site to order the amylase. It says there are no shipping options available to me. That is a problem we've been fighting. We still haven't solved it. Levi, if you will call the Homebrew Center, which is where we are, on the website down at the bottom, there's a phone number for the information to call us, and we'll place an order over the phone for you.
Call tomorrow. We'll take it over the phone, and we'll get it out to you. 479-515-5223.
Stainless barrel from Hillbilly Glass Barrels. Yeah, that'll do well for a year.
Have y'all done a pear brandy, and are there any secrets? I haven't run a pear yet. The only thing I see guys doing with pear that maybe they shouldn't be doing is not deep pitting them. The pits on the pear can give your wine, right, before you ferment it, a bitter, acidic taste. And I think it's best practice to probably get those out of there. That'd be my only really advice that I could offer you, having not done a pear. But yeah, I think if you do that right. Now, a lot of guys like the canned pears, and they like to use the juice too. Yeah, you get a lot of sugar out of that, and some guys like doing them raw. Or I said pear, not peach. Sorry, I was thinking peach.
Mud Grips, that number is 479-515-5223. That's the number for the Homebrew Center where you can order that.
Hillbilly Glass Barrels is making a Badmo 1030 style barrel for like $79.
Yeah.
Hey.
Got one of those, was painted by Richard Henderson and his wife. I saw those pics that you shared. That was pretty cool. I think I saw like a yellow or a gold one, and I don't remember what the other one was.
Do you core your apples for a brandy? I do. I just get all the seeds out of them. I don't necessarily core them. I quarter them, and then I guess effectively what I'm doing is coring them, probably just in a less effective manner. But yeah, I just get all the seeds out of them. I don't worry about it on the strawberry. I don't keep my fruit pulp on the liquid long enough to worry about it with the strawberry. Some people are really anal about not getting seeds into their ferment. But the way I do it with the strawberry and the smaller seeds is get them over into a micron bag. And I pull all the pulp off. And let it go like another 20, 30 days.
Various asks, can you guys talk a little bit about the licensing process for distillers? There really is only commercial licensing for distillers. So we're home distillers. There's no licensing for that. And I can't speak to commercial distilling licenses. I don't know.
And they're different in every state. So, you know, I'll just give you a quick synopsis. Like, so for example, Title III in Arkansas governs the licensing process for distillers and tasting and distributing and all that good stuff. Your best bet if you're wanting to procure a license to become a distillery is to just dive into the statutes in your state, figure out exactly what you need. A lot of times, generally here in this state, for example, you're talking $300 or $400. It's not that expensive. But the facility side of things is what a lot of guys run into issues with. It's a big financial commitment to get everything up to board: fire suppression, vent hoods, sanitation, and getting everything compliant. So that's where the money comes in. The licensing portion of it is minuscule, unless you want to consider the fact that there is a tremendous strain on the facility and
a lot of compliance.
There's a lot of compliance that goes along with it.
It's going to be a lot like food service, I'd imagine.
You can make 35,000 gallons. Actually, it's a little slightly less than that. It's like 34,387, I think, gallons. Don't quote me on that. In our state, for commercial distilleries, it's a maximum amount that they can produce per year. They're distributing outside the state of Arkansas. So it's different everywhere you go. My best advice would be contact several attorneys in your area if that's something that you want to do, and shop prices. Tell them what you want to do. Tell them how much money you got to spend, and wait till someone goes, I can do that. That would be your best bet.
Levi says, never done anything but sugar. Are there a lot taste difference between yellow and hickory white corn? Now, we've got some white corn fermenting now that we haven't run yet. I would say based on smell alone, there's going to be a pretty big difference.
What people tell us, the people we talk to every week that have run it and have some experience with it, there's a lot of difference. What I see from the 50 gallons that's back there, yeah, there's absolutely going to be some difference. We have several heirloom corns on stillandclear.com, and we have blended the Trucker's Favorite and the Hickory White, which are both white corns. And we're playing with them now. We've got to get some ferments going on the other ones, the Jimmy Red, the Bloody Butcher, the Blue Hybrid. We've got Triticale. Got all kinds of stuff we've got to get played with and get fermented. And the problem is here, there's always a ton of different stuff to film, and yeah, there's 100 ideas out there at any time, but the logistics of filming all of them and getting them going is crazy.
DRC's in the house. Good to see you, brother.
DRC over on TikTok. Guy's a legend. He's building a really cool still for us right now. You may have seen it if you join in on any of his lives. If you're over on TikTok and you see him in the chat, you should tap his name, give him a follow. He doesn't post just a ton of content, but he goes live all the time, and he's always super knowledgeable, super interesting, great still builder, based out of Florida. He'll ship you whatever you want all over the country. Good dude also. Also, he's kind of got a cool dynamic in that he'll work with you if you want something. Here's a base, this, and then you want to add this. He'll really
customize it.
He'll really get in the weeds with you on what is it exactly that you want, and then build it to your specs and give it to you. Yeah. Which I think is cool. He's got a niche in that area, and that he can kind of work with his customers and fine tune exactly what they want and make them super, super happy. I'll have nothing but high praises to sing once we get this still from him, just working through the whole process with him. And he's super knowledgeable. And there's been a couple things. I thought this was kind of cool. The other day we were talking about the helmet and the placement of the thermometer, which I don't know if I explained this to you, DRC. We don't really use the thermometer a whole lot. We watch the drip rate a lot and base temperature kind of off that. But he was talking about the placement of it in the vapor path where the lin arm comes through and the vapor path and all this stuff. And I told him basically the worst, maybe not the best location for it, but the best location for us, which was on the front right above the side glass, so that people could kind of see that on camera.
For filming. Yeah.
For filming. Exactly. And he's just like, oh, yeah.
All right.
He's very in tune to what you need, exactly what you want and why, and super responsive. So nothing but good stuff to say about DRC Stainless. Give him a follow if you're ever on TikTok.
Jason asks, can you use corn from Tractor Supply? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
What's better to use to smooth out mash, quick oats or oat grains? Regular old crimped oats. Crimped and steamed oats.
Steamed oats.
Great.
What we send out in the beginner bourbon kit, and what we've made in the shop. I've got a few bottles of it back there right now that we aged on some charred oak, and well, actually, it was 50-50 charred oak and
cherry.
Cherry or toast?
Oh no, it was toasted oak. You're right.
Toasted oak and charred oak, and it is, maybe it was cherry. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look, but yeah, it turns out awesome. Very smooth.
Doobie says he's got some DRC stainless mason jar infusers, 2-inch tri-clamp. They're amazing.
Yeah. He makes some slick stuff. Really cares about what he's doing too. What's your guys' opinion? I'm ready to move on from the Beaver already. I'm thinking about getting a real still. What do you guys suggest? Roughly around 1K or under.
Nick, do you have a preference for copper or stainless, or does that matter? Do you like the stainless because of the durability and the ease of maintenance, or do you want the copper for whatever reason you want the copper?
Oh shit, he said it's done. Okay, hold on. We're going to circle back to that. Nick, 1K or under? Dude, here's where I would tell you to go. Go look at what your options are for DRC Stainless. He makes a lot of really cool submarine stills. They're stainless steel. Mile High also has some great options for like milk jugs and column stills. The column, like kind of what we're running, they're going to be around that price range. As far as copper still goes, like, and also it's like, it depends on like what size do you want to run? Like like that's going to also limit you a little bit.
Now, if you want to, your best option, if you want like a basic copper traditional still, is the 15-gallon traditional from Copper Still Co. And it's a basic 15-gallon pot with a worm. And that's $900 over there. Or last time I checked the price, and I'm pretty sure he hadn't changed it yet. That's a really good option for a entry-level kind of custom copper still. If you want to go with the Alembic, that's a great choice. And you can get a 10-gallon for, what are our 10 gallons? $592 for one of our 10-gallon Alembic stills.
It just depends on you. Like the Alembic, the 5 and 10 Alembic is going to limit you, right? Like you're not going to be able to do everything with the Alembic that you can do with a column setup or a pot setup or a sub setup that's got thumpers and all these different tri-clamp attachments. So like if you want something that's really modular, you need to think the tri-clamp route, and you need to look at all these different still makers and see, okay, how easy is it for me to plug and play on these? Or do I have 3 recipes, all of which I can run on the same still and just run the same way every time? Yeah. Do I want a thumper? It's all just like, dude, the world is your oyster.
There's some choices you got to make to know which steel is going to be best for you. Whiskey Rebel is bringing up the fact that you can get that Copper Steel Co. on our website.
It's true.
It's $900. Comes with your first kit, the super simple beginner kit.
You want to spend enough time researching all these different still builders and seeing exactly what it is that you want that's going to make you happiest. But like, I would say on the same side of that coin, don't spend months and months and months mulling this over.
Yeah, you don't have to spend that much.
Unless you're saving the money. Like if you're saving the money, it's like, oh, I don't really have it right now, but I want to wait. sure, do that. I completely get it. But like, you could spend literal months and months and months just looking at all the different kinds of stills and like what I want. Your mind's going to change several times over the course of a few months.
Yeah.
But I would say for sure, DRC, Mile High, North Georgia, Copper Steel Co. Like, go look at all these people, see what they've got on their website. And I would say too, if you get to the point where it's like, I don't know what I want, and you may have to have a little bit more than 1,200 to throw at it, but you can call a still builder and be like, hey, kind of what I'm thinking. This is what I want. I don't know if everyone's going to work with you in that way, but I know like DRC,
a lot of them will. DRC will.
DRC 100% will. He'll custom build a still for you.
Yeah.
Ace Custom Copper, Levi. Yeah, we've heard of them, and I saw a lot of people saying Tiger Shine too. And we see their. I've been seeing their stuff more so here lately, and I just. Do you know that guy personally?
No, I've talked to him on the phone. I don't know him.
We need to reach out with him because he's putting out some like good bigger size stills for pretty cheap money,
pretty good prices.
And so we need to get linked up with him, and I just need to learn more about his stuff probably because he's getting up there. He's becoming more popular, and people are liking his stuff. So
Ray says, "I want a reflux still," and I'll tell you this: if I get another reflux still, it'll be another Mile High. This Mile High still, if you want reflux, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, you can spend a lot of money. And they've got, if you want like bubble plates and all that to go on it, they've got all of that stuff to go with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really curious once we get this sub in from Dustin. Like,
yeah, and that's right because the DRC still has the
defragmator in the helmet.
In the helmet. Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that.
I'm going to be very, very, very curious about that. And also, he's got two thumper. I think it comes with two mason jar thumpers on there.
Yeah.
So you can run in one versus both of them with the D flag. Like, what's that going to be like? You know what I mean?
Right.
I've never ran a setup like that. That's another cool thing about it.
That's going to be fun to experiment with.
It's going to be so fun. It's going to be like a adult Lego set. Be like Lincoln Logs for.
And again, it's another one of those. I might have put too much in. Another one of those situations where all of his stuff is tri-clamp stuff. We have a lot of tri-clamp components, so we'll be able to
snap some of his stuff on just about everything.
Try all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Imagine I don't know what the base size of that helmet is too, but imagine if you can put the helmet on top of one of the columns and then arm off of it with like.
Yeah, well, he's still in the chat. I think DRC that helmet.
It's 4-inch. He said
4-inch. So
that's perfect.
I mean, we can't put it on the 3-inch column. Well, actually, we could because we've got
the reducer from the 3 to 4. So
yeah, I can't wait till we get it because we're gonna get. It's like you said. It's like an adult Lego set. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna do some hybrid setups for sure. Also, just running a sub too. Like I've never ran a sub. I've always heard people talking about how they heat and they roll water off the sides.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of so pretty jacked about the whole thing.
Little jar shake. People throwing their guesses in 98.6, 106, 93, 113, 104.
Mud grips, that sounds like a flux capacitor turbo 9000 Jackhawk 42. Yeah, Jason, I think that's the kind of the design behind the submarine pod is you're less likely to scorch because of the way the mash rolls around in there. Comes up the rounded sides and
jar number 19.
What did it come up at? Or did you say yet?
I haven't said yet.
Okay. I'll say DRC was pretty close.
96. Take it easy, fellas. I'm out. Got some adulting to do. All right, so this jar was 110.
110.
19 pints so far. Pretty good little run.
It's crazy. Crazy. I started looking for the quart jars too, and I noticed you'd already. Did you do that?
One of the intermissions.
Oh, okay.
What's the purpose of the sight glass below the column?
It's cool. It's badass.
There's no purpose.
It's badass.
It just
We thought
looks
we'd
cool.
add it.
Bitching. That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
We're not running any reflux or anything. A lot of times the sight glass can be useful if you're running reflux to see how much is crashing back down, but like in this situation, it's just
nothing.
Just
Nothing
another piece to add on that looks cool.
Yeah. Collector Rick is speaking in binary again.
Blue hoppy corn DRC stainless asks ?
We don't have blue hoppy corn. We have blue hybrid. Non-GMO.
Non-GMO blue hybrid.
How many gallons is that pot? That is a 15-gallon pot.
That said, DRC, I hear a lot of like good stuff about the blue hoppy. I think it's probably a good corn from the feedback I see online of it.
For sure. Our wholesaler just doesn't carry it.
Doesn't carry it. Or they're out of it. I don't know.
Kevin says, 19, I'd be shitting in high cotton with a steel that size. Can't afford it now. Well, I mean, here's an interesting thought, and you take it for what you like. Go to stillintheclear.com. Get this still, the 15-gallon from Copper Still Co. Pay with PayPal, and they'll let you make 4 payments.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What does that break down to? Do you know?
That breaks down to like 225.
225, 240.
Yeah.
In there.
Make 225 payments.
Interesting.
It's a little button says pay later, something like that.
Put that son of a gun on layaway, but also maybe just get it.
Just get it and don't make your wife's car payment.
Yeah, dude. Give and take. Think about it.
She'll understand.
That car's not making you any money. That still could, you know?
Let's see.
Where's the best place to order heater with controller?
I mean, there's a lot. I'm not sure where the best place is. I think they're all pretty close to.
Philbilly's got them.
Philbilly's got them. Mile High's got them.
Yeah, go over and look at Philbilly's page. He's got them. Mile High's got them. I'm sure you can find some on Amazon. North Georgia probably has them.
I'll bet DRC carries them.
DRC may have them.
But I bet he carries them. If he doesn't, Copper Still Co., he's got some. So
go shop around.
I'm sorry I can't answer the question of which one is the best place.
We probably just need to like work with someone we're already working with and just put one on the website that's like a really good one, good price.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
We'll work on that. Sorry, we'll be better.
Yeah, Matt, when I'm running the deflag, that's where I put the sight glass also, right under the deflag.
Ray, we're running gas. But we are working on a controller. We got a video we need to do with that one, so it's taking a little longer to put that controller together than it normally would, but we just got to fit it in the filming schedule and get it done.
And yes, if I'm running electric, which we will be soon, I'm going to run an SCR controller. I'm not going to run a PID.
We're building that controller kind of in the anticipation of getting the DRC still, and we have so many stills already that are can take an electric heating element, so it's kind of past due time for us to get one up and going.
Mm-hmm. More like, don't pay my car payment, wouldn't trust her past the driveway. I got the still to help make your car payment. There's a good argument. There we go. There's logic at its finest.
Hey, that's using the old noggin there. 19 pints, hell yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Oak stills, if you don't mind China stuff. I mean, I'm not sure all of the elements, at least the heating elements. I imagine they're all made somewhere other than here.
A lot of them are probably getting assembled over here.
Yeah.
But most of the base parts probably come from over there.
Yeah, DRC says, Levi, it's cheaper to build it yourself. And that's absolutely the truth.
100%.
Or wait a minute. Was Levi the one asking about the controller, or was the steel?
I think so. I think he was asking about the controller.
Okay, yeah. So it's definitely cheaper to build it yourself. You can get all the components to build one off of Amazon. The video that we have coming out soon is me building an SCR controller from all Amazon parts. So,
Terry, I hope everything's all right, brother. I'd build controllers and sell them if I knew how to sell. LOL, 25-year electrician here.
oh, there you go.
Dude, yeah, there's a niche there. There's a niche to be had.
Well, Whiskey Rebel, for sure, if you build controllers, I know how to sell them. So get with us.
Not hard.
Get with us.
We can take care of that part of it for you.
I've seen some DIY copper steel kits. Can't remember where I saw it. I know of one place to get copper DIY steel kits, and I won't pass his name along. So take that for however you want to take it.
We'll leave it at that. Say it best when you say nothing else.
There you go. But we have considered doing DIY copper kits. We're not there yet. We're still bouncing the idea.
It'll happen eventually.
Chewing on it.
It'll happen eventually. We just gotta get it worked out to where we're not having to do them, where we get the materials, get them cut, and then we've got a guy that
we already spend a lot of
and-
time weighing grains, bagging grains, boxing kits, putting fermenter kits together. Like, we got to get away from that kind of.
We're at the point where we have to minimize the amount of time it takes us to get something in a box and send it to you.
Right.
So it's becoming a problem.
Jason says, I'd be too afraid to screw up the copper. I think if you had a kit where all the copper was cut for you and ready to just simply solder together, it doesn't take much practice to really get decent enough at soldering to put one together.
And DRC's not wrong. He said you should put the stills on the wall behind you. Yeah, if we had a situation with like hangers where we could just set them up on something, I couldn't agree more with you.
So what
We just had like a still here, still over there. He's saying like put them up on the wall.
Oh,
behind you,
yeah,
the different stills.
Oh,
we
back
have.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd
We'd
be
have
cool.
to be able to put them up there, take them down.
Yeah. It'd have to be like what you hang a bike on a garage wall with.
Yeah,
You have to get some
right,
of those
right.
hooks and just set them up there.
Yeah, that would work. That would actually be, we've talked a number of times about
It'd be cool.
putting something on that wall.
Yeah,
My wife has
we
told me
need to.
forever, you need to decorate that wall.
We know.
We know. Yeah. Winsong says, going into business with Whiskey Rebel, I vote yes.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Be cool.
French cleat shelves. Man, that already sounds too fancy.
Bookmark
I
that for
don't even
later.
know what it is. With a shine steel here and a shine steel there, here still, there still, everywhere a shine steel.
I can't believe you read that. Wouldn't have
Yeah,
been able to get through it.
Neither. Speaking of Tiger Shine, Bruiser offers a steel building class. Not sure if he offers anything besides a 5-gallon. If you're close enough to Kentucky, could be a cool option.
So it's in person. Okay. That's cool.
Pictures of all the stills. Yeah, that would work too.
Yeah.
What would be really awesome too is, like, say we sold stills ourselves,
Yeah.
and then customers took pictures of themselves with the still and autographed them.
Put 'em
and
on the wall.
We could just have them all over the place. That would be
That would
pretty
be
awesome.
I would only do it if it was Polaroids. Like sometimes there's a gas station in Greenwood right in the square, and I walk in there and there's guys with like fish and turkey and like
Right.
deer. They're all Polaroids and they're just like hanging up above the counter.
I think
Yeah.
that's
Only way I would agree to that kind of a situation.
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Mail us a Polaroid photo. I don't know.
Mail us a photo, and if it's Polaroid, don't. If it's not Polaroid, don't bother.
Don't say that.
Yeah. This episode sponsored by Polaroid.
Polaroid, the finest. And that would be wild.
DRC's testing your helmet tomorrow.
Ooh,
Hell
text me before you go. I know you texted me earlier. We were in the middle of this live, and so I saw it pop up, but I couldn't get to it. But just text me before you do that, because I want to join your live. Jason Acosta said, fixing to pour my first drink. I'm all natural goofy. Jason, I figured you did that at about 7 a.m. this morning.
Whatever, Jason.
Everyone from Louisiana is always drunk in my mind.
I don't think there's anyone in this chat buying that. Come on.
Not buying that.
Come on.
Not buying that. The Polaroids would be sick, Kevin.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Like creating my own echo chamber. Like anytime anyone's like says, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea," I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure, that's a good idea." Oh yeah, that's right. DRC doesn't drink. Yeah,
and I believe that because he's always sharpened with it,
dude. He works like crazy amount of hours. I mean, I know he's in Florida, but like, I'll get off the live and then I'll open up my TikTok. And I'll go over to my friends because I always go to my friends and following before I go. And I'll see who all's live. DRC's always live, dude. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like 9 p.m. there. The dude never stops working. Oh, Moonshine in the house.
Jason says, I was at work 5:30 this morning. Don't think my boss would approve.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true at a lot of places. It just sounds like you work at the wrong place. What's up, Uncle Moonshine?
What's up, Mark? Uncle Moonshine, you guys in the TikTok world over here, the YouTube and Facebook world over here, if you don't know who Uncle Moonshine is, I don't know what rock you've been living under and how long you've been there, but you should go follow that guy.
For sure.
Good time, fun time, goes live quite a bit. Lucas Lee, what's up, brother? He said, I'm getting ready to go to bed soon.
Just popped in to say goodnight.
I think I'm going to eat some Mexican food after this live and not be too far behind you. Adam, you still in on that deal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
DRC says he gets paid to make shine at work for the boss. I mean, that's not a bad gig right there.
Welcome to our world, brother.
Uncle Moonshine number 2.
That mean?
It's her second non-romantic moonshiner crush.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I don't think I would be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if the roles were reversed, my answer would probably be the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Still trying to feel it out.
Nah, I'm fine with it.
Who's number 1?
Who is number 1?
One song. Who's number 1?
Shua? I don't know. I don't remember who it is.
Can't be Shua, dude.
The girls love it.
The girls love it. Wild. It is true. Like, I'm not hating on Shua. I love Shua. He's such a nice dude. But it is crazy.
Ryan says he's Winsong's Hall Pass. Now, you know.
Shua, number 1. It is Shua.
It is Shua, yeah.
Shua gets all the ladies.
What is it? Tell us, Winsong. What is it about Shua?
Explain.
The ladies love him.
Explain. I see it every time I'm in a live with him.
Yeah.
Every other comment
is that baby face.
He is adorable.
He is adorable.
He is adorable. I'm 100%. I'll agree with you there. He's adorable. There he is. Oh, he's in here, dude. I didn't even realize he was in here.
I do have a baby face.
Damn, dude, he was just lurking.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, dude. All the ladies love him. I mean, I've been saying that. I call it out. I feel like I'm the only one too. Like anytime I'm in a live with him, it's not like, dude, is anyone else seeing this? It's just all girls that love Shua in here.
Everybody sees it. Yeah.
It's like the Beatles, dude. They're just like freaking out, dude. They're trying to be like, hey, when are you coming back to blah, blah, blah? When are you going over here? We should go eat tacos. We should blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, dude, this is crazy. It's a lot of love, man.
Lucas asks, can you add syrup to the thumper? The answer is yes.
You can add whatever you want in there.
Yeah.
You can take a big old dump in there if you wanted to.
The thumper is different from the pot in that you don't want to add syrup to your pot because you're going to caramelize stuff because of the heat. You have a heat source there, but the thumper doesn't have a heat source other than the vapor itself.
You shouldn't dump in it either. We tried that. It turned out about how you expect.
Winsong says it's his shit-eating grin. He does have a shit-eating grin, too.
So I have this question. If the ladies love Shua, why is he single? Uncle Moonshine, I'm not sure that he is, brother.
I mean,
I don't ever try to say one way or the other. I feel like last time I said it, he was like, "Oh shit!"
I mean,
a little bit.
this might be a patch of weeds we shouldn't get into.
No,
you know.
yeah, I don't think we are. I don't know what the situation is there. I don't know if he's on the market, off the market. I don't know.
People want to know.
People are asking. Mainly, like your wife and Uncle Moonshine. So do with that information what you will, Shua. Yeah.
Jason says he wouldn't want to clean syrup out of a thumper.
I'd want to make sure I had enough liquid in there to where I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe we should clarify. When you said syrup, I think of like I wasn't thinking of like maple syrup. I was thinking of like fruit syrup, which is different. Maple syrup, I mean, I still think you could do it. It would be tough to clean, I think. But then again,
caramel syrup is what he's talking. Yeah, just get enough volume of liquid in there when you add your syrup so that it's not like you're not just frying syrup in there, right? Like if you just put straight syrup off in your thumper, you're going to have issues. It's going to get crusty. It's not going to do what you think it's going to do. Like, it's not going to be a good time. Dilute it in a little bit of mash or dilute it in a little bit of spring water. Also, we're a big proponent of heating up the contents of what you put in your thumper before you start your run. Save you a little bit of time.
DRC says he did it. It works.
Just put straight caramel syrup in there. Clarify that, DRC. Clean it off the end of the run. Don't let it sit. What hotel?
Jason says if you have a mason jar, just throw the jar away.
Uncle Moonshine, the hotel is, I don't know if I need to send you a code for that or if it's automatically in there, but it is the Wyndham, downtown Fort Smith. There is also campsites. I don't know if you're flying, but you just need to shoot me a message and let me know how you're coming. If you're flying, driving, if you want to camp, you don't want to camp. There's several options.
We'll make sure you're hooked up.
Yeah. If you have a mason jar thumper, just throw the jar away.
I mean, they're a buck.
It's true. It's kind of true, really.
It's almost like how you feel about grain bags.
Yeah. Dude, just get rid of them.
They're cheap. Toss it.
They're cheap. Oh, you'll be flying? Yeah, you want the Wyndham, downtown Fort Smith. We have group rates over there. It's a nice place. You're going to pay a little bit more. If you shopped around in Fort Smith, you could find something closer for cheaper. Don't get me wrong. Downtown Fort Smith is probably just where you want to stay, just in case you want to go out on the town. There's good food down there that's open late. But that said, once that one fills up, there's going to be other ones we're probably putting on the website. So, yeah. That'd be where I stayed, but
yeah. That's not where I would stay.
It's logistically, I will say, it is the furthest away in Fort Smith from the festival. Like 20 minutes to get downtown, which is like the longest contiguous run that you can make, but
it's also the nicest hotel in Fort Smith.
It's a nice place. It's cool. They got a bar, hotel, restaurant. They're the only one kind of with all of that. Cool place, though.
Lucas, I asked earlier today if there's a loss in process depending on elevation.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
we just don't.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a like chemistry answer to that.
There is.
I don't know.
There is a loss depending upon like how high up in elevation you get. I've read that. It's in Mary's wine recipe book up in the front end of it. It attacks it from a different angle since that's centered around wine, but I know that there is a change depending on elevation. It's a Google search that I'd have to dive into that we don't ever worry about because I'm never distilling anywhere other than
right. It says takes more pressure to heat up. Yeah.
Oh, Richard, my chorizo and egg fries, taters hit the spot. Man,
Guy comes
chorizo is one of my
chorizo, dude.
When we get Mexican,
Chorizo fries.
that's always what I get.
Chorizo fries.
We're about to eat chorizo in a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're
god.
not far off of it. I don't want to get on the whole food thing now, but yeah, Shua says takes more heat and pressure to heat up at higher elevations. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like takes more energy. Maybe that's what it was saying. Takes more energy. I don't know.
Water boils at lower temps, higher you go.
That's true as well. I think it'd be less. I don't know. That's an issue we really haven't delved into very much.
Probably won't.
Probably not gonna. Kevin Egner says, I'm about to be drunker than Cooter Brown. Enough for me tonight. Kevin, listen, man. You got a decision to make. You a quitter? Maybe you give up on stuff. I don't know.
Dustin says, I distilled in Colorado and Florida. Not much different.
I would imagine there would be. I mean, maybe a little. But it's kind of like,
There you go.
it's kind of like temperature proofing.
Yeah.
There's not that much difference to account for. And yes, if we were as accurate and as precise and showed attention to detail in every aspect of distilling, would we make better liquor? Yes.
I think you would have more difference in maybe aging or any evaporative measure.
For sure.
There's certainly difference in aging
For sure.
as far as elevation
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
DRC says heat is heat. That's kind of how I approach things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. In the distilling context, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, we don't need to pull off any more jars. This one, gnarly.
Yeah, that one's pretty funky, I thought. Out two first. Call him a little bit there, huh? What do you think? Shut it down?
Yeah. We be done. Well, I don't have a ring for this jar, y'all, so I can't shake it for you.
We're out of damn. Make sure there's not another one hiding anywhere over here.
That was the 20th jar.
You need a big ring? Oh, you got one.
I got one. Yeah.
Jar number 20. This run is finito.
We got 96, 107, 101, 94, 94, 104.
Yeah. Kevin, you won't regret it in the morning. Giving you a hard time earlier.
93. That jar came out at 97.
97 proof. What a run.
That was a good one.
God dog. Last two runs have been bountiful.
Mm-hmm. Well, you want to call this one a wrap?
I think it's time. Guys, we've enjoyed hanging out with you. Appreciate everybody on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. We had the largest viewing I think we've ever had at any given point during this live. So I want to thank everyone in the community. Thank all the members and just people that follow and watch our stuff. I want to let you guys know how much we appreciate you. It's been an awesome week hanging out here, talking distilling, talking all kinds of stuff, really, frankly.
Thanks for
Yoo-hoos, chimpanzees, bobcats, all kinds. Extinct dire wolves. We will sign off by saying thank you, and we will see you next week. Thanks, guys.